Well,
chat
somebody said
about
you're a
lack of
mood,
audio.
Linnea, so I think they can hear us.
Yay, wonderful. I aspire to be the biggest of moods.
Change. And that ought to get mine. Cool. So everybody should be able to, I'm good now. Thank you for, sound should be good now.
All right, cool. So we're good to go. So you guys
Okay,
were just
yeah.
wondering about running errands before you sought audience with the king.
Yep, that's what we're looking for. Does anybody need to do anything? Do we need to make any stops?
I think I'm good.
No, I'm good.
No, I think we're good to go.
Kirby, you're
No
muted.
pitchforks.
He's
Okay.
definitely not muted. He just whispered.
Oh,
Okay. Cool. Well,
Right.
then I guess once we're done with our breakfast, we can just head to the castle.
sounds good. I'll
Right.
pound the rest of my ale and eat my sausages, and I'm ready.
So as you do, you are eating your breakfast. The rest of the morning goes by fairly quietly. None of the other patrons are making a whole lot of noise. You hear the clanging of silverware every now and then. Various smells continue to flood the room as they're cooking different foods. Eventually, you guys finish and you walk outside into the barrows of Boforia, where you're bombarded once more with not just now the smell of the burning metal, but also you can taste it and you can feel it in your throat. And it's about at this time where you come to the realization as far as why dwarves' voices are always so hoarse is they're just breathing this stuff in constantly.
Mic off.
God, to
A
be
Mic
real, but
on.
that's a terrible
A
smell.
cough.
Yeah.
But,
Smell of progress, lass.
Ugh. I'm like hacking a lung up, like
yep.
not having a good time whatsoever. I grew up
Little mask
in the
up.
Elven Kingdom. Yeah, just walking around like I grew up.
As you start coughing upon exiting this tavern, lots of foot traffic around here. It's a pretty popular spot of town. Most of them being dwarves, and every once in a while, one of them would just kind of like look at Linnea, just kind of chuckle and keep walking.
Ugh.
Right.
Yeah, fuck out of here. But like under my breath. I'm not gonna yell at a bunch of dwarves to fuck off in my Elven accent.
Probably. A good
Well, there's
one.
that riot you're starting about.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, yeah. So as we go outside, I guess I'm just gonna look, right, to see if I can spot any big structures poking up that looks like a castle-y kind of thing.
Sure. So you guys walk outside, and Yorick seems to kind of take the lead. And as you usually do, you all kind of follow him, and he walks for about 5 minutes and comes to this clearing where you guys had been the night before as you were making your way through town. Seems to be the kind of town square. And as you approach, Yorick starts to turn around and starts looking around. And luckily enough, this city is built on just a slight incline as it's kind of hugging the base of the mountain. Huge, massive mountain that you guys can now see now that it's daytime, that the city is just tucked in. And as he looks up, you can see that there's a very castle-like structure that's just built into the base of the mountain, and it's just kind of overlooking the entirety of the city. And best guess, that's more than likely going to be where the king is staying if he's here.
All right.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess that's where we're headed.
Dwarves are known for their subtlety.
All right. Well.
I guess we should start heading that way then, yes?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I'll start trudging that direction, carrying, got my cask and
So on the way up, would Eric be able to spot any pitchforks just sort of sticking around, or any like scythes or anything?
Tell you what, give me a perception check.
Probably not many farmers here.
I was hoping you would ask me that.
Oh,
Try as you might. So you get to this square and it's bustling, right? Dwarves everywhere. The odd non-dwarf walking around, the ones who aren't dwarves, mostly humans. And as you're looking around, it seems people are just kind of getting in your way, and you're a little distracted by the giant castle in the mountain behind you. And you look around looking for some sort of shop that might be selling riot gear, and can't seem to find anything. Just a little bit too distracted here in the town square.
All
Alright.
right. What are the odds that I notice Eric being the way he is and looking around?
I mean, you see him looking around. You just have no idea what he's looking for.
Great. I am go. I would like to, with Eric's permission, implement the buddy system and just grab his arm. I'm not losing him in a crowd again, nor will I allow him to accidentally steal things again.
That is probably a good idea.
You're just come along, Eric.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I'll not have
All
you
right.
getting us arrested, thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Someone says accidentally or accidentally would he grab things.
Cool.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you guys make your way through the square, back along the roads which you guys have just been, making your way mostly north. Just as the cityscape gains elevation, you are approaching this castle, and as you do, it kind of opens up a little bit. Actually, let me see here. Yeah, so kind of opens up just a little bit. There's kind of a gate, right? There's a whole other wall inside the city, and it's gated, and there's a few guards standing outside. There's plenty of foot traffic coming in and coming out. It seems that the castle district itself, which is just this one castle, is fairly popular. There seems to be some stuff to do. You walk in, there's just on the other side of the walls, there's going to be a couple of statues of presumably famous dwarves, right? You see some plaques down at the bottom. If you really wanted to look at it, you could. But it seems there's one pretty just main fairway going into the castle, which is where most people seem to be going.
That's the way we're going.
Great. So as you venture inside, you actually enter the castle, which the doors are still open, and there's a very long hallway that goes down. Just one big ass hallway with a kind of a thin carpet going down the middle. The carpet, you are pretty sure used to be red, but it's been trudged on a lot, and it seems that dwarves aren't one for vacuuming. So it's a pretty dirty carpet at this point, but you can still
Well,
see
what's
the
a
kind of
vacuum?
gold lining.
Disgusting.
For dwarves, right, the place is fairly well kept. You could tell that probably last week somebody might have run through a broom. Just not like any trash or anything lying around. The smoke from outside doesn't seem to come inside, so you can breathe a little bit better. It still smells kind of gross, but also the torches are letting off a bit of a smell, which is it kind of helps to mitigate that. As you guys continue walking in, you eventually come into a big open room where the ceilings are, well, high for dwarves, right? They're probably about 15 feet high. And there's one person, one dwarf, who is standing there, just kind of directing people, talking to people, saying, oh, hey, what can I do for you? Blah, blah, blah. Kind of directing people, right? And then behind him is a board, presumably some sort of notice board or job board. But this dwarf is holding pen and pad. Seems like he's kind of the administrative go-to guy here.
Cool. Then I will approach that person.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Excuse me.
What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're messengers from Vev with a message for the king.
Message for the king, eh? From
Right.
Rev? Who's this message from, if you don't mind me asking? And he's like holding his hand out for a message.
It's from the royal court.
Royal court. Oy. May I see it, please?
I'll pull it out and it's sealed.
May I just see who it's addressed from, please?
Sure, I'll hand it to him to see.
So he's gonna look, turn it over. His eyes get kind of big once he sees like the wax seal stamp, right? I see. All right, very well. Please just sit for a moment over there on that bench.
I'll
it might
put my hand out for the message.
Oh yeah, no, he hands it back. He hands
Oh,
it back.
Okay, good.
Just sit over there on that bench over there. I'll send someone to go speak with the king real quick on your behalf. You might have to wait for a while. We should be able to get you an audience today, though. It
All
seems
right.
pretty dire. So just hang tight. If you get hungry, then just come see me. I'll direct you to the food court. But just hang tight. And then he kind of brushes you off and starts talking to the next person.
Okay,
I-
so Eric
Thank
wants
you,
to.
sir.
Eric's gonna like lean over to York.
Yeah.
Did we
Oh, no.
start the riot now?
No.
No.
No, they're being very
What?
cooperative. So we're fine. I'm gonna go sit
Maybe
down.
a quiet one,
crimes today.
just over here.
Oh god.
Come sit down, just a quiet riot.
God's above and below.
Eric will rush
Eric.
right over to Flint.
I'm just going to very quietly whisper a prayer for some patience.
Prayer.
Yeah, before I
Okay.
go sit down, I'm gonna tell Eric, you know what we could use? If you could help us figure out a way to have a riot that nobody notices. That's what we really
Ah.
need. So you
That's
think
quiet
about
ones.
that and I'll let you know if we need to do it.
Splendid. I'll get to work on it right away.
Yeah, but just for now we'll just have to sit down here. So anyway, I'll go sit down.
Splendid.
Okay,
Perfect.
no problem. As you sit, it's a very cold stone bench, right? It's not in the slightest bit comfortable. In fact, for the humans, it's even slightly more uncomfortable as you have to bend your knees a seemingly excessive amount just to sit. As you look around, you notice that there's several other people also sitting, presumably waiting for something similar.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that you're going to be here for a little bit.
I'd like to note that I'm absolutely not sitting like correctly on this bench. I'm sitting with like my feet tucked. I'm sitting on my knees with like my feet tucked under me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
So-
well, I'm sitting with my feet propped up on this cask, making a show
The
of the
human
fact that
ale.
I've got one.
I'm just gonna kind of looking around what's going on. Watching the crowd. Someone
Eric's
should watch
getting
Eric
useful.
though. He looks lost.
I'll
in
keep
thought.
an eye on Eric.
Yeah, no, definitely
Just
keeping
half a
an eye
brain
on
cell.
Eric.
Last time you kept an eye on him, you got lost.
Great. So you guys are sitting here, and an hour goes by.
Yep.
2 hours go by. After about 3 hours, now it's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. This dwarf who had spoken to you before, he finally walks up and says, "The king will see you now."
Great.
And
Fantastic.
he gestures you to follow.
I'll get up, grab the
Oh,
cask.
what? Huh? Oh,
Oh,
Or-
I hope I'm not underdressed. And I'm going to grab Eric's hand. I'm going to grab Eric's hand again, so that he doesn't run off into some place he's not supposed to be.
Yeah, good idea. Cool. So we'll follow this
perfect.
dwarf.
So you guys get up, and this guy's gesturing you to come, and he starts walking, brisk for a dwarf, but a regular walking speed for most taller bipeds. And you guys start walking down a hallway. Eventually, he makes a turn, and then another turn, and then opens some big doors. Now, as the doors open, you catch a whiff of something fairly nice smelling, and you walk in, and this is probably going to be the cleanest room in the castle. It also looks like the king's war room. So as you walk in, the king, as well as several other dwarves, are standing there facing away from you, looking at a large table. You can only make out the fact that it's the king because he is wearing it's fairly small, but it is gold, kind of like a band around his head, right? So that's how you can tell. And nice cape flowing. Kyle, you good?
Yeah, your camera just went out, Kyle.
Are you coming back?
Yes.
Well,
Like,
okay.
It
There
does
he
that
is.
every once in a while.
Okay, cool.
Great. So, yep, you walk in, and then the dwarf who escorted you in, he kind of gestures you all inside, closes the door behind you, and then just stands at the side very patiently waiting for the king and presumably his court to just wait. And after a second, they do. Say, all right. And then they turn around, say, no, Hello.
Hello?
Is that the king addressing us?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
awesome.
This is going to be
Oh.
the king addressing you.
I'm gonna
he's kind of
bow.
he's kind of
a
short,
little.
right? He doesn't. The king doesn't introduce himself.
Short
He
for a dwarf.
simply.
So then I will do my best approximation of a courtly bow.
And Lilith,
Hmm.
I'm bowing the same way one would bow to like a high elf.
And I will say, greetings. Oh wait, what's his name? King something or other. King Orcbringer.
So as
I-
you stumbling around a bit with your words, the king kind of looks like. Okay. And
Anyway,
he's-
I bring a message from Vev and a gift, and I'll take the cask and just set it down and just kind of.
Being somewhat disappointed at just a second ago at your inability to remember his name, he seems to have forgotten about it. It's like, yes. And before anybody else has the chance to introduce themselves, he's going to reach down and grab the cask of Wormwiz. Certainly know how to present yourself to the Dwarven king. Turns around and sets this cask on the table, on top of any kind of important documents he was just looking at on this table. And
Yeah, so
he's going to reach.
I'm still holding it out, the parchment out, by the way.
Yes, you are.
If he's ignoring it, that's fine. I'm just saying.
So he's going to set this cask down, and then he's going to grab a tankard, reach underneath, grab another tankard, turn around and hand you one, Yorick,
Awesome. I'll take it.
and he's going to slam it.
I will. I guess I'm gonna slam it as well.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Aye, all right. Now that's the side. What's this about a message from the king's court?
Anyway, I'm
Inbrep.
still holding it out, so I'll hand
Yes,
it to him.
yes. Thank you for this. Okay. Oh, yes. Open up.
Sorry if you guys can hear Apollo losing it in the
It's
background.
fine.
Someone's walking by.
It's definitely fine.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So, yep. You reading? All right. Very well. Oh, and the demeanor of the king, where it was bright and cheery not a moment ago, is now saddened. Maybe perhaps even a little worrisome. And he kind of folds up this letter, puts it back in an envelope, puts it in his pocket. Hi. You speak on behalf of Commander Whalen for now? Is that what I'm
We do.
understanding?
I do. Yes.
We do, Your Majesty.
Come here. And they kind of ushers you, and then he kind of like waves off the other people around him.
Yep. I'll follow where he leads.
As you guys approach, on the table, you see a map of at least part of the world, right? And you see in broad outline what appears to be Canbor, the country that you guys are in.
Mhm.
Sitting on top of it is the cask of Wormwiz and just one tattered book. And as he turns around, picks up the cask of Wormwiz, sets it aside, and kind of like looks back and grabs the book and puts that in his inside pocket. Now, at this point, says, here, come, pulls up a chair. Ushers for more people to pull up chairs, and then shoos them off again. So you all have chairs now. Please sit.
Yep.
All right.
I'll sit.
I'm going to sit
I use
sitting
chairs.
properly sitting properly this time without my legs.
I'm a little
you
large
know.
for this chair.
Yeah. No. I've dropped any attempt at decorum at this point. I'm just a soldier.
So it would seem that the Thorum Kingdom has been experiencing some attacks. I'm sure you're aware, being that you're speaking on behalf of Commander Whalen.
Very aware.
That is
We've
correct.
killed a lot of things.
That's
Save some
good.
cattle too.
Hopefully the proper things you've been killing. I
I hope so.
regrettably must say that we've been experiencing similar attacks along our southern borders.
Damn.
Frankly, I was just hoping it was some stragglers from the southern wilds getting bold. So it seemed like, at least at first, but the attacks have been increasing in number, size. They've also become more strategic, and frankly, I have been a bit concerned, but it hasn't been that big of a deal until this.
Yeah, they have
And,
made their way quite far north, so there's no
well,
telling how pervasive.
Well, you were dealing with elves up north, were you not?
Yes,
elves and
dark elves.
And orcs.
and orcs, yes.
And orcs. Well, we've been dealing mostly with orcs down here.
Damn.
As you may or may not know, at the end of the last war, we banished dark elves north to the small continent of Drovash, and orcs south to the southern wilds, where it was previously uninhabited. So, being that we're experiencing these infiltrations on both ends, it's a bit unnerving, as you can imagine.
Aye,
Yeah.
that's putting it lightly.
Well, as I'm sure you can put together, this is kind of a big deal. But I do have to ask that you keep it as quiet as possible for now. It's not something that we need to let out if we can avoid it, at least
That
until
seems to be a theme.
there's something to let out.
Everybody wants us to keep a secret, so it seems.
At least until we know what the actual situation is. If there's a cause for panic, then there's a cause for panic. But if there's not, then we shouldn't give people one, right?
Of course.
All right. I would like to deliberate with my officers, my advisors. Give them the information I've just received. Can you guys stay in town for the next day or two?
Of course.
Yeah,
That should not be an issue.
Okay, good.
absolutely. We're
Where are you staying?
we currently are staying at the Silver Twig Bar in the Barrows.
Silver Twig, the Barrows.
Aye.
Bit ambitious of you. I tell you what, if you'd like, I'd be happy to put you guys up somewhere else.
We would appreciate the hospitality. Thank you.
I'd be more than
Thank you,
happy
Your
to put you up
Majesty.
at the Naughty Ducks Tavern in South District. It's a bit cleaner down there. Barrows is a bit, well, it's a bit dwarven.
What's wrong with that?
You know what I'm talking about.
Very well. Thank you.
Down there, talk to Telchal. She's new down there. She'll take care of you. Just I'll have somebody tell him that your rooms are on me, and we'll get you sorted.
What did you say her name was?
Telchal, spelled Telchal.
Thank you, DM.
You're welcome, player.
Eric would like to speak up briefly. If you need assistance in
Oh, no.
strategizing, come up
Eric,
with a. Just a moment. Come up with a way to cause a quiet riot, I like to call it. If you would like to convene with me at some point, we can discuss.
I assure you that won't be necessary.
Yeah, um, cool. Great. We'll be at the Naughty Duck Tavern.
Very well.
Maybe we can. I'll lean over to Eric and say maybe we can try one and the duck.
Yes.
All right. I've
No.
got some deliberating to do, so you are dismissed.
Yep, so-
Just wait for my courier.
Yep, I will bow
Mhm.
and kind of usher Eric out the door.
Can I get a perception roll from everybody real quick as you guys leave?
Yes, give me just a second
what
while
will I call it in
I
here? Perception.
let's see.
Yep.
I just can't remember how to do things, and I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't read.
Oh my goodness.
That that was so close
0.
to a nat 20, but I got 17.
I see. Did you actually roll a 0?
He rolled he has -1, so yeah, he rolled a 0. Did you
Jesus.
walk into somebody with 0?
Yes, I rolled a
He
0.
does not see shit.
Yeah, and give me
Oh,
perception.
wait, language.
Oh, it should be mature, so that should be fine.
Yeah, it's an 18 plus stream. You're fine.
Why?
Hello, Yen.
Why do you scream?
He fell asleep.
Are you with us?
What's up?
Speak
Yeah, yeah.
if you can hear it. Yeah, can you?
Perception check.
For the third time.
Sorry.
He wasn't very receptive.
Hello, why do you
That's the word.
scream?
Yeah, I should auto fail you for that.
-10.
Well, I didn't do good anyway.
All right, that's fine. So, Lalea, as you're walking out, you see the king. Whereas he was okay before when he was talking with you, as soon as you guys turn around, he kind of like, and he reaches back into his pocket. And right as you're turning around, he pulls out this tattered book and sets it back on the table. And just kind of sits there looking at it for a second as you guys walk out.
Oh,
Interesting.
before we leave, sorry, I forgot my gift. We'll be walking out and I'll turn. Oh shoot, forgot something. So I'll pull out my smaller cask and go put it on the table, and then walk out.
Hey, wait, just a minute. Come back here.
Oh, all right.
Is the cask labeled with anything?
No.
Okay. He's gonna pull out a tankard, and he's gonna take the tankard he just drank out of. Pour you one.
Oh,
Hand it to you. He's gonna slam it.
I'll slam it too.
Give me a d20. Straight d20.
Dwarves.
Oh. D20.
You know, even though all the dwarven
Oh, my
cuisine
rolls
I've
are
tried so
crap.
far has been, you know, a religious
I
experience.
got a 5.
There he goes.
Sorry about that.
It's good. It's good.
Still working on it.
Mic off.
Get out of here.
I'll put the tankard down and then leave.
Mic
All
on.
right.
So while Yorick is ushering Eric out, he begins to explain his quiet riot. It goes something like this.
Oh no.
See, what we'll do is we'll write all of our grievances on a sheet of paper, and then we'll have everyone who agrees with those grievances sign on that piece of paper. And that way, he goes on.
The airing of grievance.
Nice.
We're gonna beat people.
That sounds like a very interesting way to. Anyway, as we're going out,
You're so
I'm
smart,
complimenting the invention of the petition.
You're so smart, Eric. You've done very well putting that together. It is so very, very well thought out. I'm sure that nobody has ever thought of this at all before.
Maybe you can go put
Well.
it up on that board as we're walking out. I'll point to the board.
A splendid idea. Would you like to sign?
Sure.
Well, not until we see the list of grievances.
Oh, yeah.
Be a bad
Well,
idea to
I
sign
am sure
it ahead
that's
of time.
unimportant.
All right. Oh gosh. Cool. So we've got a couple of days to burn here. So
We don't know where the ugly duckling is or the stinky duckling or the
we
duck
don't
place.
yet. No, the Naughty Duck Tavern.
How you fucking can.
Cool. So yeah, I guess as we go out, we should ask
Pat,
one of the guards, one of the people, you know, how to find the Naughty Duck Tavern. So is there somebody around?
Plenty of people walking around. There's definitely a couple of guards out of the main gate. And being the castle, it wouldn't be hard to find guards.
Cool. So then, yeah, just on the way out, just gonna ask one of them on the way out that we were told we could stay at the Naughty Duck Tavern, but I'm afraid I'm not, you know, local and I don't know where that is. Would you be able to direct us?
South gate. Take that road there. take it across, go past the district square, main road, be on your left about halfway through.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Very well.
Thank you.
So cool. As we're going through town, knowing that I've got at least a day or two, maybe 3, of being bored, I am keeping my ears peeled for anything that sounds entertaining to somebody who enjoys physical activity.
The Olympics.
Okay.
I am dying of an anxiety, or not anxiety, of an asthma attack from all the smoke in the air. So
Definitely lots and lots of smoke in the air. All right, let me see.
she's just like wheezing.
It could be
This is how
used to
she
the
dies.
brimstone.
Ugh.
So the other thing I'd like to look for is some more powder for the guns. They might have some powder here, I'm assuming, potentially.
Sounds like a dwarven thing to have.
Okay.
Oh, he's
So,
back.
Physical activity, huh?
Yeah, so to speak. You know, the kind of physical activity that results in people being bruised, possible bloody noses, that type of thing.
Okay, I think I get what you're trying to say. Cool.
May have to go
Yeah,
to the more dwarven end of town. Don't know. That's all I'm saying.
On this direct route that you guys are
Dwarven
heading
armist.
along, there's not going to be anything like that. This is kind of the main road that goes through the city. There's a lot of foreign traffic that comes through this particular route as well.
Cool.
So the more brutal sports probably not going to be found along this route.
That's fine.
Dwarf ball.
In that case, after we get checked in, and I'll worry about after we stop by the inn, and then I'll
Okay,
worry.
so you guys are still on your way. Somebody else was looking for gunpowder. Is that right?
Yeah.
Flint was.
Yeah, Flint.
Yeah, for my
All right.
pistol.
So,
One shot.
I believe you guys haven't really explored anywhere within
we
the
have not,
town.
no.
We have not. Nope.
So, finding a smithy who may or may not have powder like that would be super easy. They're kind of everywhere. Alternatively, you could try like some sort of oddity shop, right? May not necessarily be a magic shop in Vaporia, but there are shops that sell
Alchemy.
alchemy
Malchemy.
supplies and stuff.
Alchemy.
Malcolmy in the middle.
Okay. Well, I'll look up probably for a smithy. Something
Okay.
maybe that's on the way to the duckling thing.
Sure. So coming out of the castle, you're in the barrows. You have to follow this main road along the barrows to get to the town square, which is where most of the shops are. And then you cross the square to get to South District.
I am once again holding Eric's hand.
Right as you come out the road to square out of the barrows, immediately to your left, you see a smithy who seems to be fairly popular. Right, he's got a very nice crafted metal sign above his thing, and it's very open. And you could just see that there's like 2 or 3 dwarves just going nuts, right? Pink, 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 and you can see even through the smoke, you can see more smoke billowing from their smithy. You can see that these dwarves are just going at it, and this sign is it's been forged, and it says "Bloodbath and Beyond."
Yikes. Oh my god. No, puns are illegal. I'm banning them.
So so Eric is being led by the hand, but with his other hand, how many signatures do you think he could have gotten on the way here?
Oh, you're gonna try to sign the paper on the way.
So
signed my
as you guys
petition
are
to make
walking through
petitions.
town, before you guys had started walking,
It's a
Eric
they got a lot.
had started a small list of grievances, right?
Dwarven
Such as
town, they're gonna have lots of
having a
grudges.
hard time finding milk, right? Stuff like this. Okay. And then he's walking, and Lelea's kind of dragging him along. But as he does, he's
Sign my
down
petition.
waist high. Oh, would you like to sign this? And then every once in a while, he's got like a pen in his hand, right? So like, the dwarf would be like, sure, and like sign it as he's like running. Like, okay, give the pen back. Through this short journey, he managed to accumulate 16 signatures.
Holy cow.
I see. I told you it works. This was an excellent idea. I owe you, York, for giving me the idea.
Yep. You're
Now, you can't exactly tell if most of the signatures are names. A lot of them are just kind of lines. But there seems to be 16 different ones. So
excellent. Awesome.
Dwarven signature to me.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to the smithy.
Sure.
Bloodbath and Beyond.
Bloodbath
Going
and
to-
Beyond.
All right. Hopefully no one tries to buy again. All right. So I'll go in. I'll walk up to. I'm assuming there's like a counter or something.
Not so much. This is just, it's a pretty open smithy. It seems like as you walk up, one of them is just kind of gonna say, "Aye, 1 second." He's got like a pipe in his mouth, right? And it's like going. All right, just give me 1 second.
Do you dwarves
Like,
do anything
he
without
quenches
an
a
aggressive
blade
amount
that
of
he's
smoke?
crafting. You just see steam coming up, and kind of like leans back, takes out a file. Hey, that's a good one. Sets it up, turns around. Aye, what you need?
I need some powder for. I'll pull out the gun. This.
Aye, may I see that?
Sure.
Aye. He's gonna like set the pipe in his mouth and just kind of hold it with his teeth.
The gun or the pipe?
The
Oh,
pipe.
okay.
Gonna hand it back. Aye, that's a nice piece. You said you're looking for powder.
Aye.
Aye, I have got a bit. Came to the right place, to be honest. Let me see what I've got here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot what I priced powder at. I think it was like 2 gold per 8 ounces or something like that.
I believe so, yeah.
That sounds right.
How many ounces is a shot again, Saren?
I think
think
it's
it's-
1 ounce per
I
shot.
thought it,
yeah.
oh, is it
Okay.
1 or 2? Okay, we'll go with 1. Fuck it.
It sounds like it would make sense. One.
Depends
to
on the
one
shop, I
ratio.
guess, right? Supply and demand.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It
So
depends on
the
the scale.
a powder horn it says is 35 gold.
Well, a powder horn's a lot of shots.
Powder horn's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
2
of shots.
Okay. Well, how much?
How many ounces in a pound?
16.
Times 35. What's that?
Yeah, that's about right then. 2
Oh, is it?
per-
Nice. Okay, so 35 pounds, you said? No, 35 gold,
35
and it's
gold, and
Yeah,
this-
about
at
2
least in
gold
the
an ounce.
equipment.
That's about right.
Okay.
Give or take a little
Okay.
bit.
Aye, 2 gold an ounce. I can sell you for.
okay.
I've
well,
got.
Kyle, you vanished again.
I'm
gold
pulling
an
a
ounce.
disappearing
I've
act.
got
I
12
apologize.
ounces. I could sell you.
Okay. Then I will buy 12 ounces.
All right, 24 gold.
Cool. So as we're just kind of in here, I just want to like eyeball his wares to see what he's got on the racks and stuff.
Sure. So, being that his shop is named Bloodbath and Beyond, you can tell that this guy seems to be a battle axe connoisseur. He's got the occasional sword, the occasional hammer, the occasional like farm tool, but most of what he has are battle axes, whether they be decorative or functional. This is as much a hobby as it is a business for him.
I want to sell him my other pistol. So it's so you actually like this, huh? So you want to buy one?
Do I? See what they're worth.
Well, if nothing else, it would give you a fine example to craft from.
All right. May I see this piece you've got for sale?
I'll hand him pistol.
I'll give you 100 gold for it.
All right, done.
Deal. He's gonna set the thing down. He's gonna take the 24 gold you just gave him and count out 76 more.
Yeah.
Put it in a pouch. Hand it to you.
How the hell do you remove items? Oh, inventory.
So Eric is looking this shopkeep up and down real close. I mean, he doesn't have far to look,
Eric.
just to see if he might recognize this particular individual.
Actually, no, not this particular individual. You do not recognize him.
Hmm. I know I don't. I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah, I know why
All right, well.
Eric's looking, but
He'll give up on
As
that
you
after
as you're kind of glaring at him, this dwarf hands over this pouch of gold to Flint, and he's just like, "What do you want?"
you'll have to pardon my friend. We had an encounter with 3 or 4 dwarves last night, and he's not the brightest. I mean, he's very bright, but he thousands and thousands of dwarves in here. He probably thinks you're one of the 5 that we dealt with last night.
I see.
Incidentally, would you like to sign my petition? He'll
No,
hold that up.
I
Peaceful
wouldn't.
riot.
Now, can you get that out of my face, please? Is there anything else I can sell you, craft for you?
Oh no.
No.
All of my family members are dead. You can't help me.
You and me both, Sonny.
Are you all right?
Is that it? for
Both of you.
Flint.
Well, that's all I need. I didn't know if you guys needed upgrades or whatnot.
No.
No.
Well,
no.
Well, if anybody should ever need a battle axe, I'm your man.
Yeah, I'll just pull out my, just lift up my Morningstar and say, this is more my speed. Unless you've got something.
If your speed is slow, then have at it.
Would you like some ice for that burn? I believe
You're
I
all
can
about the fires,
manifest
Lass. What are you
them.
talking about?
So then I'll just say, can you make
I
them
have Ray of
faster?
Frost.
Oh, right.
I can make a battle axe, which might cut through air a bit faster.
Don't you have that big battle axe? Maybe he'll buy it.
The cursed one?
Uh,
Oh God, please excuse my voice cracking.
No, I don't have a battle axe. Anyway, I was like, this will do for me. Thanks.
Very well.
How about daggers?
little battle axe daggers.
I've got a couple of small daggers that I could
Bye, Kyle.
sell you.
Oh no.
Are you
invisible.
looking for some sort of style in particular?
Nope.
All right. Well, here. He just like pulls out a roll, and it's just very simple daggers. He's got like 6 to 8 of them.
Nothing impressive. I'm out of here.
Clearly never tangled with dwarven steel before. What's it back? Your camera's not showing, by the way.
I know.
Okay. Well, if that'll be all, I'll be here all day, all week. Know where to find me.
All right. Thank you very much. Guys, anyway,
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need anything here. This is far too brutal for my own tastes.
Yeah.
Oh, smoking his pipe. He likes to hang in his teeth, and he goes back and pulls off this blade that he had just quenched before your approach, and sits down at a grinding stone.
We laid the keel.
Like keel.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to check out the oddity shop or?
The oddity shop.
What? Cat. Sorry, hold on. I see a cat.
This is
I'm
familiar.
immediately distracted.
So
There's,
you said that there was an oddity shop. I don't recall seeing an oddity shop.
Yeah, I
did miss-
mentioned that you might find kind of like an
Oh,
oddity, alchemy
mistake.
maybe shop
Got it.
if you were looking for one. But
Uh,
chances of finding like a magic specific shop in a dwarven city, not
Yeah.
the highest. I mean, if you were, Poporia would be the place probably, but
Headcanon.
the cat is
Nice.
again.
Yep.
good for the familiar's eyes today.
Mhm.
Dude, every time I pick you up, you bite me.
All right. Cool. Yeah. No, I don't need any of that stuff.
I'm solid. We can go to the inn, I guess. Is that where we're going? And sign some more of the petition.
Yep. The Naughty Duck
Uh,
Tavern.
Yeah. I'm going to find nothing of use in this town, so I would not object to finding my way to a tavern.
okay. So yeah, it's probably gonna be 3 o'clock or so, maybe 4 o'clock by this point. After you guys consult with the king, you guys making your way through town, going through and talking to the guy at Bloodbath and Beyond. As you guys continue to walk, you start walking south back to South District, kind of following the route that the guy had talked to you about. Down the main road on your left halfway through. And as you get to where you're pretty sure the inn should be, you start hearing a lot of dwarven commotion, like a lot. And right as you kind of round this bend, you see that there is a horde of people, or dwarves mainly, just chilling, just yelling, all outside of this building with a sign above it that says the Naughty Ducks Tavern. Lots and lots of dwarves here.
Oh,
Awesome.
this does
You
not.
do see one dwarf, presumably standing on some sort of stool or something, who's like waving around like tickets or coupons or something, like handing them out
Maybe
to
he's
people.
starting
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those rights.
Cool.
Could have gone
Then,
for a quieter one.
then
The classic loud riot.
Yeah. So I will walk up, like several feet over most of the people here, and just say, so what is it? What are the tickets for?
Well, you don't look like you're from around here. Welcome to Boporia, travelers.
What gave that away?
Well, it just seems our tavern here is unveiling a new lager, Mithril Mountain Lager. So, I've got some here. 2 free drinks for you. Just take that.
I'll take that. Mithril Mountain.
Mithril Mountain Lager. It's a brand new from Mithril Mountain Brewing, right here in Boporia.
Oh,
I'm a fan of their red. I look forward to trying the lager.
The lager's one of our best brews yet. I promise you that. Yeah, just go on inside, present your coupon, and we'll get you sorted.
Cool.
Here we are. Half off drinks, and he starts.
What-
Half
Would you
off
like
drinks.
to sign my petition?
He's ignoring you at this point. Half off drinks. He's
I'll
handing out
usher-
coupons.
usher
Half
Eric.
off. Half off.
I'm going to grab Eric's arm and drag him inside.
Cool.
I'll grab a
And
couple
right
of-
at the end, he does see Eric kind of waving. He's yeah, here, I haven't forgotten you. And he hands you a coupon for one half off drink.
Cool. Well, I'll walk directly
Good.
in and see how close I can get to the bar with my little coupon.
So, being taller than everybody, you can kind of see over them, and you're like, oh, jeez, and you start like pushing past all these dwarves that are in the Naughty Ducks. You approach the barkeep, who's very frantically. Just, yes, very well.
Leaning down over to reach the
Yep.
bar.
Takes your coupon. 2 free drinks. Hi. Just hang. This is for the lager, right?
Yeah.
Hi. Very well. If you'll do me a favor, you and your party go sit over around the corner on that table. I'll bring him to you. And
Great.
You can see he's kind of pointing.
Yep. No problem.
Great.
So as you do, you kind of make your way. There seems to just be a line where the horde of dwarves stop, and you come through, and it's like an open space. You're like, what the hell? Kind of weird. It almost seems as if it just gets quieter as well. And as you walk, this table is just kind of in its own little corner, almost underneath the stairway that goes upstairs. It's large enough for 5 of you to sit comfortably. Kind of dark. Seems like there's a torch that was on the wall that wasn't lit. It's a bit dark. So you sit down. After everyone sits down, the party that's going on in the rest of the tavern can't really hear much of what's going on, but you do hear from
So,
behind you. Sorry, go ahead. What?
so we're kind of in a secluded place. Does it feel like they like purposefully put us out of the way?
You might get that sense.
Huh.
Regardless, I am breathing a sigh of relief and just sliding into my seat. And like, God, it's never this loud back home.
Yeah,
Is there
I'm
a
trying to
bard or
decide
something
if I'm
playing?
offended. That's all.
Is there a bard or something playing on the stage that we,
Off across the group of people, you actually do see a bard who's getting ready to perform. He hasn't started yet, but you see there's actually it's a gnome, right? He's like busting out a lute, right? That's almost as big as he is. He's like trying to climb onto a bench. Oh, and he's like sitting there with his legs dangling, and he's like trying to tune his lute like this. Bing, 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 bing.
Fond memories of Beetle before he died.
So as you guys
I
just
don't
sit
know.
down and just start to get comfy, you hear very low voice. Sounds like a dwarf speaking to you. You're being tricked.
What?
What?
Uh,
By who?
Clarify, please.
As you guys kind of turn around, like what the hell? I mentioned it was kind of dark. Kind of in this corner in the shadow, you see a figure of a dwarf just kind of emerge and take the sixth seat at this table. The king's not on the defensive here, as he said. He's the one who started this.
Wait, what?
Oh,
So you'll
Oh.
definitely want to sign my petition then.
Eric, stop. Eric, stop. Could I get your name, friend?
Not here.
Well, this
Take
is so
this.
typical.
And he kind of slides you a piece of paper, right?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Come find me. We'll talk. And he gets up and he leaves.
Cool.
And immediately upon his leaving, the barkeep comes with 3 drinks, one for the half off coupon that he had gotten, and then 2 for the free. It's like, well, anything else for the other 2 of you?
I'm. Do you have any sausages?
I can come up with some. No problem.
All right. I would like some of those, please.
Very well. Anything else? Any other drinks, food?
You got any brewstone?
None for me.
Brewstone. Give me a D20 on the brewstone.
Yeah, they're not gonna know what it is. That's a 1.
The hell's a brewstone?
You kids, get out of here.
Well, I'll get some sausages for the table. Anything else?
No, thanks.
Very well. Be right back.
All right. So I need to look at this paper. Is it bright enough? I want to read it.
Sure.
I can cast
yeah,
light.
You could read it. So as
We
you
don't
kind of
need to cast light.
you open it up, it's like a small ripped piece of paper, almost as if like it had been like a napkin, right? And on it,
Some
kind of
phone
just
numbers.
in ink,
Suitors.
kind of rough. It appears to be some sort of address within town.
Yeah, so I'll hand it off to Lileia.
And-
apparently he wants us to go find him here.
God, what are the odds that this is a trap as well?
Oh,
Fucking dwarves.
Super
Hey.
good odds that it's a trap. Super good odds.
No offense, Brewstone. But
Yeah, no, this
fucking
is
dwarves.
open my
sketchy.
flask and take a swig. Kind of grumble.
All right, I've got your sausages here. If you need anything else, I'll be just right up here.
Yeah. So
Let's put it down.
are you Telshul?
I am.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we were told
Great.
that you could set us up with rooms for a couple of nights.
I can indeed. Oh, you're the fellas with the king. Yes. I've already got your room set aside. That's not actually here. Give me 1 second. And he's gonna walk away.
are we being tracked by the king?
Well, that's a good
That's
question.
the assumption.
We don't know.
Or should we
That's
stay where the king is?
The king told us to come here.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Here's your room keys. 5, 6, 7. I hope 3 rooms is all right. That's all I could spare for the king tonight.
We'll make it do.
We'll make it
Very
work.
well.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna like sigh and like rub my temples. Does any? Well, no, never mind. Never mind. And I'm just gonna kind of whisper, if the king is setting us up, and we arrive here only to immediately leave and find a different inn, then he's going to realize that we're onto him.
Yeah, that we should be fine. We just need to take maybe some extra precautions. We'll be okay.
All right. Well, 3 rooms. We'll sleep in pairs. Sleep in shifts.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't sleep, so I'll be alright.
Yeah.
There'll be no
Um,
sensory mode tonight. Standing with my staff at the door. Trust
All
these
right.
damn gnomes. Dwarfs,
Yeah.
whatever they are, little people.
Sleep mode. Eyes just go.
All right,
Uh,
cool. I'm gonna push one of my brews over to Flint, I guess. I was gonna keep them to myself, but all of a sudden I'm less
You already had
interested in the brew.
Tanked one.
Let's
Oh,
see.
thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real quick. Give me just a second. Sorry, I'm looking at something.
You're fine.
Um,
Yeah, and you've been fairly quiet tonight.
I have. I'm just kind of standing back, seeing what's going on. I'm not too sure about these little dwarves.
all right. What is the plan then? Yen, I think
Well,
that you should.
what time
Oh.
of day is it?
Oh, what time of day is it? It's 4:30 maybe.
Okay.
We don't really need to sleep right away, do we? Or we?
No.
I
We'll
was
find
I
some
wasn't
cats
planning.
and trees.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it either anyway. But
Yeah,
this,
I mean, I
this
don't.
throws a
I think.
wrinkle in my plans.
Yeah, I think that I'm big chilling tonight. I'll just be on guard.
Yeah.
Wait, did the note say when to find him? Just an address.
It was just an address, but I feel like tonight.
Sorry,
is-
I should have also specified, and I didn't. I meant to. Along with an address, there is kind of a hand-drawn symbol.
Oh,
Sorry,
Okay.
my bad.
and what did that look like?
It's kind of like a circle with like almost like a 6-pointed star, and then a couple of lines through it.
Circle with a.
Is
That-
that something
Like a clock?
that I would recognize?
Nobody here
It's a
would
clock.
recognize it.
Son of a bitch.
Is there anything I would
well,
recognize?
No, nobody here would recognize it, and it's fairly crudely drawn, but that's what it looks like.
Great. They have shit handwriting too. These dwarves, man. I'm out of here. Sick of this place already.
All right. Well,
Being followed. I can't read the handwriting. Eric's
may
not
as-
finding string again. Things are going piss poor here in this kingdom.
we may as well make our way that way then. It's a few hours before we can be expected to sleep anyway.
Yeah.
If the King's Guard follows or questions us, we can just say that we're exploring the city while we're here. I've understandably never really seen a dwarven city before. And we'll
Yeah.
just say that we wanted me to see the sights.
Yeah, I can't imagine the King's Guard would be giving us a hard time. That guy was no guard.
Well, should we go
And
to
I
the?
also get the impression that he may not have been with the king.
No,
Really?
I mean, I mean, if the king is having us followed, as well as trapped.
I don't think the. Well, maybe.
Yeah, that could
If-
be, but I don't think that's what that was.
No, I'm not saying that he's the one following us.
Oh, okay.
So let's go do that then. And she's gonna like shove the sausages in her face.
Yeah, I'll
Just-
I'll down the rest of my lager, grab a sausage, and stand up to go out.
Guess are making
Yeah.
me hungry.
Eric's gonna chug his drink on an empty stomach, so that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's like
Lilia will like see him do that, or I'm going to see him do that, pause and like hand over one sausage from my plate. You get one.
Thank
So that
you.
you're not drinking on an empty stomach. Yeah, don't Just don't drink so much
I think
that you
Eric's gonna get
get
a
us
lot
arrested
drunk in this
for
place.
public intoxication.
All right.
Please.
So, crap. Shit. So this address.
Right.
So I'll show it to Flint. It's like, any chance you'd know how to get here?
Well,
Are you even from Vaporia? I don't think I ever asked.
no, I'm not.
Oh, shit.
Well, then I would take that as a no.
I don't know.
Well, we can maybe ask for directions.
Yeah. Well, we should be careful with that, right?
I
Anyway, cool. So is there like a street or something?
There is. And the street's named, but as you look outside, you're looking for street names. None of the streets have any labels on them physically.
Lovely.
They
Well,
legally have names, but it seems that nobody ever got around to actually applying labels to the
okay.
streets.
Well, I don't think we should ask anybody here in the bar.
yeah.
Cool. Crap. Okay, cool. All right. I'm just gonna get up and
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of being tracked. Let's
and like just head out the front door.
hmm
Make my way through the crowd and the people and stuff and try to find the main thoroughfare. People are walking just generally through.
Yeah, you
And-
guys have been walking along the main thoroughfare all day.
Sorry.
Great. My intention is to get into the main walking traffic, right? Looking
Mhm.
around much like Eric, like bewildered tourist,
He's doing the Spider-Man walk.
so that hopefully it seems a little less odd when I just stop a random person and ask them for directions to this place.
Sure. So yeah, still plenty of daylight outside. You kind of walk around and
Yep.
you find this main stretch of road that you guys have come on. You're like, oh, okay, I think I can. You start looking around, and then you actually do like wave someone down, and it's just it's kind of a dwarf who's walking by, but he looks like he's not part of any kind of official guard or anything that might get you in trouble if you start asking questions.
Nope, just random person.
Yep. So you find him and you're like, yes, it's
Yeah,
like a
Inquire.
dwarven lady, right? You thought it was a dwarven man at first. Turns out it's a dwarven lady. She's like,
He's
yes.
got a mustache.
Very, very sorry to bother you.
Beard.
And I'll pull out my little piece of paper. I'm trying to get to this location, but I can't find. I don't.
Hide the.
I'm new and I don't see street signs. I'm very sorry to bother you. Could you?
Oh dear, no, that's okay.
I'm not from
Yeah,
here.
that's gonna be an Eastgate outside the wall. You're a ways off.
Oh, lovely. All right. Would you be able to tell me enough so that I could find my way, or?
Oh, sure. So from here, you're gonna take the road on the northeast corner right over there, and she's gonna point right when you can see that just fine. And then you're gonna come to a T, take a right, follow that road out past the gate, and then once you get going, about 100 yards out, it's gonna take a road on your left, walk for another 50 feet, and that should be around your right side there somewhere.
Oh, well, okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
man.
of course. And
So
just gonna
start
continue
following
walking.
them directions, I guess. Tuck that paper in the old belt.
Give me a survival check.
Survival. All right. Hey, that's not negative.
That is not good.
Not that it matters.
You all died. You rolled a 4.
We
Yeah.
just looked at the
That's
wrong person and we all got murdered.
That's a 4.
Press F to pay
Great.
respects.
Battery low.
You can tell which way is east, really. So even though you got a bit confused by the convoluted directions you were given, you find the main road. Looks like, oh, I think this is the main road. But as you're walking, you kind of get a little bit confused because there's several places where the road seems like it splits, but you do your best. You do actually end up finding your way to the gate that this lady was talking about, but instead of taking you 15 minutes, it took you 2 hours.
So
Lovely.
it's like 6 o'clock now. 6, 7.
So it's about 6:30 now, and yeah, you do finally find this gate, and you're able to walk out. And right outside the gate, immediately you can tell that the building that's mostly residential, but it's also like kind of run down and stuff. So the houses are kind of in disrepair. A lot of these are going to be older stone buildings with like stone crumbling, right? Wooden doors kind of sitting off the hinges. Thatched roofs. It's definitely one of the poorer districts of Vaporia.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then you're
sounds
like,
like
okay,
home.
well, I think I know where to go from here. And after about another half hour, you are looking, and everybody give me a perception check.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Perception. Got it. Because I'm so good at perception.
I got 17, so I'll probably see it.
And got a 19.
Tell you what, yeah,
Oh,
give
I
me
got
those
13.
rolls. I will be right back.
Are you getting
I got
food?
A 3.
I'm not getting food.
Eric got an 11.
Where? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Charging battery.
It should.
So did everybody roll?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I recognize that sound, Saren.
I know you do. Okay.
Sit in your D20 DM glass.
All right. So Yen and Lalea. As you're walking around, you see Yorick, who's just like looking around, looking at his sheet of paper, looking around, seeing if you can find any kind of anything he recognizes, right? Any numbers or anything that he can use to find this address. And as he's looking around, you both like look at each other, like, yeah. And then you kind of, Lalea, you nudge Yorick, and you just kind of point. And Yorick, as you look up to see what they're pointing at, you're like, what? And then you see that there is a building, a very small rundown building that's kind of, separated from any buildings on either side of it. And there's a really old Dwarven dude sitting there, just kind of like rocking in his chair. And then, this house has 2 wooden pillars, and on one of them is the symbol from the note.
Of course.
All right.
All right.
I'll approach and just pardon me, sir.
Yes. And he's gonna start pulling out a pipe.
We were
some
advised to come to this address earlier when we were in the Naughty Duck Tavern.
I'll pull out the piece of paper and hand it to him.
I see. He's gonna take this piece of paper, and just in his hands, he's gonna go burn it with like catch a flame, like on his finger, burning your piece of paper.
Oh, that was a trick.
Eric's gonna pull his petition close to his chest.
He's gonna use this flame that he's just built and light his pipe. Very well. Come in. And he's gonna kind of hobble up off of his rocking chair. And mind you, this pipe is like this long, right? Like it's almost as long as his fucking arm.
Gandalf pipe.
Yeah, dude, this dwarf is super old. He's got like thinning white hair, long bushy white beard. It's an old dude.
I don't even care. He's dangerous. So, so I'm at this point acutely aware of the weight of my shield, and where my morning star is. I'm, like kind of palming the handle as we're following him in.
Yeah, no worries. He doesn't seem to pay that much attention to you.
I am still not a fan of dwarves, but I am a fan of magic, so I am slightly more relaxed than I was
That's funny
previously.
because I am not a fan of magic, and I am now more on edge than I was.
wizard.
Great. So yep, he kind of opens the door and he walks inside. He doesn't hold the door open for anyone, and it starts to kind of like come close. So it's like you walk in, you like push the door open every time.
Yeah.
And it's this really shitty like wood door, right? It's just made of like these wood boards that don't line up quite right. There's like cracks and shit. The door doesn't latch when it closes like it looks like it used to. You open it up and it's just a single room, right, with like a table in the middle with like some old stale bread and like some dried fruit on it, right? Just like in one little spot looks like this table. You see like a straw bed out off in the corner, but in the ground there is so give me a perception check from everybody.
Let me see, because I'm great at perception apparently.
Yeah, I'm awesome
Uh,
at perception.
I got
One
eight.
second.
That's
I can't
22
read.
from Big Boy.
Oh,
Cool.
I got a 9.
I got a 17.
I got 18.
7.
Not only am I large in size,
So,
Apparently, I'm
Flint-
paying attention now.
Flint, York, and Yen. You guys walk in and you're observing, and it seems like this straw bed has been tussled recently, but not in a sense that it's been slept in, right? Looks like it's just been like moved around, and upon closer inspection, as you guys are walking, the dwarf is also actually walking towards this bed. It seems that there's some sort of trap door underneath it, and he kind of pulls this bed aside, opens up this door, says, "Well, down you go."
Yeah,
Right then.
I'll move over to look down.
I don't know if I trust this
Can-
cat.
Can I see anything?
You can see, yeah, you can see it's there's stairs and it's torchlit, but all you can see is stairs that go down into some sort of hallway.
You know what?
I'm just going down.
Yeah, well, crap. I guess I'm right
You
behind
want to
her.
go first? You probably shouldn't go first.
I'm going first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like right behind her.
Yeah, and
Great.
Eric senses no danger, so he's going down.
I'll go down.
We'll give it. Well, I guess we're all going down. This feels kind of sketch, but
Yeah, no,
You know?
super sketch. I agree.
Probably uncomfortable for Yen because he's
yeah, I'm like 9 feet tall, so I'm just gonna hit my head as I
6'13"
come
or something,
down.
6'12".
Just like really pissed off at the fact that this is a little people place.
So-
little hobbit hole.
Lilia just saw a mage or saw a magic user who was like, "Here, go in this tunnel." And she was like, "Well, okay," and just handed her single brain cell over to Yorick.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know, my grandfather had a place just like this. under his
Oh
roof.
my god.
Maybe it is your grandpa.
Oh god.
No, he's dead.
All right.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't get that. Don't put that in his brain. Don't put that in his head.
Too late, already there.
So you guys descend, and
Maybe he's a
once you
zombie.
guys get down the stairs, so what's marching order one more time?
Lilia, Yorick,
Eric,
I'm going last.
Eric.
Flint,
and
then
Yen.
Yen probably had the
Okay, cool.
tall people problems.
Yeah.
So yeah, anybody
imagining
taller
him,
than
like,
6
army
feet tall
crawling.
is definitely like
yeah.
this.
Thanks, man.
I'm imagining Yen's like
Excellent.
army crawling.
Great in here.
So you guys start making your way down this, and it's a bit of a long tunnel. It seems to go underneath more than just this guy's house, though this seems to be the only.
Boom.
That was thunder. Holy shit.
Nice.
That was good.
Thanks for the ambiance.
Cool, yeah.
Perfect timing. You go down the stairs. And
And then the
And-
entire city blows up and nobody survives. The end, new campaign.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys are walking down under here, and soon enough, you guys come to like this metal grate. Probably after 50 yards or so, you guys come to this metal grate that looks like it's been cut and turned into some sort of swinging door. You go to open it, and it's not locked or secured or anything, so it just opens right up
Love that
and
for us.
into the sewers. That is what you guys can make out, right?
Ugh, disgusting.
Now, as you open it, you kind of like look around, and then painted on the wall directly in front of you is the same symbol in like white paint with an arrow pointing to the right. So presumably you guys just hook a right and follow it.
All right. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
just gonna
yeah.
follow it. Cat.
And then after about another 50 yards or so, there's one more kind of tee off, and then there's just this symbol above this doorway. And you guys walk in, and then there's a door. This is your chance to do anything before you
Alright.
open this door.
If nobody else is going to do anything, I'm opening the door.
Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm hesitating. I am absolutely hesitating. So if she beats me to it, she probably will then.
Okay. Well, are you gonna grab me or anything before I go for the door?
5 seconds.
No, my hands
go
are
ahead.
occupied with my weapons.
Oh, here comes another boom.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
opening the door
Lalea opens the door.
and immediately dies.
Door opens. Now, you open it, and it's totally dark inside.
I have dark vision, I think. Let me triple check
Great.
that.
I think you do.
Yes,
Hold
I
on.
do as well.
I can't read. Give me a second. Oh yeah, I do for 60 feet. Woohoo. Sorry, I
Great.
forget how to read sometimes.
So you open it, and inside, what you can see is that this is one very small room. No windows, no
Right.
doors, no light,
Hey, we're latched, trapped in a dungeon. This is fantastic.
nothing in there.
I am
Going
Now
swimmingly.
give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Lalea, and anybody else with dark vision who can see in the room.
I can't see
Oh
squat.
no, I got a nat 1, +3 for 4. I had to say something about being good at perception.
I got 17, but I am in the back. So I can see
Okay.
past people.
Okay.
Human.
Yeah, you are kind of in the back, huh?
And I'm short.
Yeah, so just to move it along, I'll say Flint, you kind of peer inside, and you are able to kind of make out on the back wall what appears to be some sort of false doorway that kind of blends into the wall.
Then I am going to pick up. Are there rocks on the ground?
Yeah, you can find a rock.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a rock. I'm gonna cast light on it. I'm gonna throw it in the room.
Easy enough. You guys can now all see.
Hey,
Good. Great.
this doesn't look
this-
sketchy.
No, this is completely
Yeah.
above board.
York,
I'm
I'm
beginning
with you,
to
dude. This
have
is going
second
swimmingly.
thoughts about just running down here. Fun facts. And I'm gonna step behind Yorick.
Great. I am drawing my morning star and getting my shield ready because I do not trust this.
I'm gonna go ahead and you care if I cast real quick?
Fireball.
Now's the time if you're gonna do anything.
No,
Cast.
I'm gonna hit my man York with some mage armor and just go ahead and tap him on
He
the
wears
shoulder.
You
It
can't
doesn't do
do
anything.
that. 'cause he's already
Oh
wearing armor.
fuck! Well, I guess I'm doing it to myself.
But what I am going to do is I have, give me just a second. I believe I can cast detect magic. Yep. Yeah, I can cast detect magic. So I would like to, do I need to cast that? Hold on. Give me a second. I'm remembering how to read. Flaws. Characters, is it that? No, it's not. Sorry, I can't
Hailing?
read.
It is hailing.
Oh, that's fun. The ambiance. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast detect magic
And you're just looking to detect magic in the room.
in the room, yes.
Okay. You do detect a small hint of magic actually in this room. Coming
Can I
from-
The rock that I threw.
Yeah, I was gonna say coming from the rock that he threw in.
okay.
So detect magic that centers around her and follows you for like 10 minutes or something, doesn't it?
I think so. Let me check.
In like
How
a
large
30-foot radius or something, if I remember correctly. Does that sound
Let
right?
me check. Give me a sec. I can't read. Oh, that one's at will. Cool. I don't gotta use a spell slot. Apparently. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn at School of Magic, if any, the spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Perfect. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So is Yenya like glowing because he's magic? I don't know.
I wouldn't.
And
know,
it is
what I was
10
thinking.
minutes. Cool. Great. Super handy.
All right. But if that's the only, if the magic rock that's currently glowing is the only thing that I can detect magic on in the room, I'm going to just I'm gonna pass that along to Yorick. Just nothing magical other than the rock.
Well, that's good. Okay. Cool. Then I will enter, and I guess I'm going to take point at this point.
Okay.
I cast
Um,
light on your mace or whatever you're.
You want to cast light on my mace?
It's torched that way.
I feel like his shield might be better.
I would prefer. Actually, you know what? I would prefer neither because.
All right.
That would be.
Put on your helmet, little.
I'll on my way in. I'll pick up the rock and I'll hand that to Flint and say, "Here, just hand it to him. Here's your rock."
Be my torch.
Right.
as you enter, you hear a voice. Those weapons won't be necessary.
I'll be the judge.
I feel like every time someone tells me that, that's immediately before they try to kill me.
As you say this, you hear as this false stone door begins to turn. Moves off to the side. And in front of you in this doorway, it's very well lit in the back, is a dwarf.
Just a
Uh,
dwarf.
Same dwarf that we saw.
Just a
in-
dwarf that you can see right now in the doorway.
Okay.
Then cool. I'll come up to the doorway so that I can see in to see what else is in there.
Okay. Give me perception.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
I used up all my good
Virgo.
rolls, so
Sorry, getting back to my character sheet. Perception,
Dude,
because
go upstairs.
again, so good at that. 12.
Okay.
He's short.
As you veer inside, you actually see several more dwarves. Some of them moving around, some of them sitting around. It doesn't seem like any of them are doing anything malicious. It looks almost to you like some sort of underground resistance bunker.
Oh,
Dwarfing time.
Oh, I love secret clubs.
oh
Great.
God.
oh no.
Great.
Maybe
a
don't
cult.
want to sign your petition.
I'll walk in and I guess
Yeah.
I'll hook my Morning Star to my belt.
I still have detect magic active. Can I feel anything in here?
Funny you say that. The dwarf has an aura around him, a magical aura around him.
All right.
First one we
Cannot
saw.
tell any kind of school of magic though.
Okay. Cool.
That's the first
Uh,
dwarf we saw when we opened the door. Or when the door
Yes.
opened.
All right. So I'm just gonna like squint at him. Just be like, odd, interesting.
Would Eric, if he squinted, recognize this door?
Give me a d20. Probably not.
Sign my petition. Sign my petition. You can keep that stuttering character.
You kind of like paper out in front. Kind of looks. Pulls out a quill.
Yeah.
Gestures you
Eric-
inside.
Thank
What did he
you.
write?
These guys are officially okay.
He just kind
in
of
my book.
scribbled. No legible name or anything. He just saw the other signatures, which were also just scribbles. Just
All sense of unsureness just went out the window.
All right. And I'm going to clear my throat and speak up, Elvish accent or no. And just, we were told that the king is trapping us. What do you know of this?
well, I know
Oh,
you
bye,
should
Kyle.
come inside before saying shite like that.
Yeah,
Well-
so I'll get all the way in and out of the way.
And I'll also come in and as soon as I'm on the other side of the door. So I heard that we're being trapped.
Give me a bloody moment, man. As gesturing everybody inside.
I
Or start
tell
shooting again.
how old this is.
How old what is?
So I have a thing called stone cunning. I make a history check on see how old the stonework is. I'm kind of curious how old this
Yeah, roll your check.
history. I have proficient, so double my proficiency bonus to the check. How the hell do I do that? So +4. So D20 +4.
Well, if you're using D&D Beyond, it should already have it.
It
Oh,
doesn't.
It doesn't have it for
Got
my
got it.
sword thing
But
either.
how
so
do you add?
So you're
Okay,
doing
well,
history,
whatever.
right?
I'll just.
You're
Yeah,
doing-
it's history.
great. On your skills, does it show the black dot next to history or no?
It does.
Great.
I'm
Does it have a
proficient in
circle?
it.
Does it have a circle around the black dot or no?
No.
Then just roll it and just add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So that would be +2 more.
So
So
15.
Because
Um,
your proficiency is already in it. So by adding it again, you get the double proficiency.
Okay.
That was my DC was 15. So yeah, you can tell that this stonework, the cutting of the door and what they've put together, at least
Everyone
in this
good?
first part. Yeah, Sarah just dropped something.
Oh.
Yeah, at least this first part has been cut within the last year or two.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'll kind of mutter that under my breath. It's like, oh, this is pretty new.
Yeah. So
So
what's the deal?
looks to me like you lot have been invited. Come on, step this way. Kind of walks you guys over.
As I see Eric mimicking the walk, I'm gonna slap him upside the head and tell him, knock it off.
Eric, you're going to get us killed someday.
So
Gibbs.
as you guys
Gibbs
walk
slap.
in, you actually you see that the further you go, the more tavern-esque this becomes. As you get to where you can see more, you see that there's actually a bar section where a dwarf is handing out drinks. Across the walkway is a handful of dwarfs sitting around playing like card games and stuff, right? It seems right now fairly lighthearted. And then as you walk, says, "Come on, this way." And he's gonna take you and he's gonna set you down, not too far away from the people who were playing cards, but far enough away that you couldn't really hear what they were saying. They couldn't hear what you were saying.
Mhm.
Says, "I believe someone's expecting you. Just give me one moment.
Is it-
I'll go fetch him."
Is it just dwarfs
Right.
that we see?
About 99% of these guys are dwarves. You may have seen a human, maybe.
Maybe a really short human.
Yeah, maybe a really short human. Okay. Yeah, so you guys have a couple of minutes to yourselves. Go ahead and give me perception from everybody one more time.
All right.
Perception
I'm
kinda
gonna roll very badly on this.
Ooh, I got a lot.
10.
21.
13.
Oh yeah.
Also a 13.
Flint.
Yep.
Being curious about the recent stone masonry. Decided to take a look around, figure out what the hell is this place. And as you're looking around, admiring, so to say, this stonework, you notice that kind of carved into some of the corners up at the top are they kind of look like spiderweb carvings.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Do I probably
Flint
don't
is the only
reckon-
one who notices this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so Lelea's just vibing then.
Okay. I'll kind of look. Who had the cloaks? Didn't York and
I'm
Leia
wearing
have
one.
the cloak?
I'm wearing one too.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
I
no, I'm
will-
not.
No, you're not. You're not.
Leia
you
has
give it.
one.
Leia has one. So I'll kind
Uh,
of look over at York and point up in the corner and be like, "Isn't that on your cloak?"
It's fairly similar.
Not the same.
Oh shit.
Uh,
So
do
now
you-
I'm getting my mace ready again. My
do you
morning
point it out to
skirmishing.
Lelea? Because as I recall, she has the cloak and a sword.
It was a dagger, right?
No, Ophelia
have
had the
the
dagger.
dagger.
You have the dagger.
But Lelea has a sword. Yeah, it's a short sword. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Short
It's a Jesus
sword.
Christ sword. Religious.
Yes. But it's the short sword that she got with that she took off of somebody's dead body.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, you guys figure this out. You start
Yeah.
to get your axe ready. About this time, a cloaked figure that you recognize begins to approach you. It's the dwarf from the tavern. You only recognize the clothes he's wearing. Black cloak, or maybe a very dark brown. Hard to tell. Comes up to you, doesn't really say much, pulls up a stool and sits. Did you ever hear the tale of the Cold
Earthblade
Steel
used to lie?
Forge?
Let's just say no.
Very well.
From an elven kingdom, buddy. I haven't heard it.
Did you say that?
No, I kind of mumble it under my breath. So
So, anyone who's been forging for any amount of time, at least here in Canberra, knows of cold steel. Cold steel was a magical ore found in the very small northern continent of Drovash many centuries ago by explorers, Dwarven explorers, mind you. Now, they were high up in the mountains and they came across this ore, which they had not seen before. It was an ore that they couldn't touch because when they did, they suffered frostbite on their fingers, which took days to cure. But when they had returned, they tried to mine it, and it would shatter their picks. Now they tried for weeks various different methods of mining this ore. They tried melting it down with fire before hitting it with their picks. They tried a lot, right? They tried every trick known to dwarves. Now, after weeks, perhaps months of failure, they decided to seek out someone who could figure out the properties of this ore. And although they didn't care for the elves, they figured the elves were going to be most well versed in natural magic, so they sought out an elf. After a couple of months of traveling across the world and back, they were able to bring this elf back, and he learned the magical properties and was even able to enchant a pick to mine this. It was enchanted with some sort of cold flame enchantment. So it was cold to the touch, but still hot enough to break apart this ore. They were able to mine it. Though the quantities were so little that really they could only make one thing out of this ore. So they took what they could, not a lot, and they left. They returned back to Canberra. But try as they might, they couldn't smelt the ore. They put it in their smelters and nothing would happen. for days even they would attempt to smelt his ore, getting it as hot as they could get it, and it just wouldn't melt down. So eventually they sought the counsel of this elf once more, and the elf was able to explain to them how they could smelt and forge this steel. And well, they had to go back to the mountains in Drovash and build a forge there, and the forge had to be enchanted with the same cold fire that the pick was enchanted with. That's the cold forge. Now, I mentioned there was only enough ore to forge one thing with this, and so these dwarves, with the help of this one elf, they forged this cold steel blade. Now, legend says the blade is here in Canmore somewhere. The king may be sitting on it, but we don't know. But this blade is unlike any other. It's cold enough to turn water to ice, yet hot enough that it seems to cauterize your wounds as it cuts through flesh. Dwarves since then have been after a supply of cold steel. We've been searching north in Drovash, at least prior to the war we were. But after the war, we've been digging out our own mithril mountains here, hoping to find some sort of deposits with no luck. Now, about 5 years ago, there was a band of dark elves found on our western coast. Now, most of them were killed. One of them was taken as a prisoner, though, and brought back to the king for questioning. Because, I mean, obviously, what are they doing there? They lost a war nearly a century ago. They shouldn't be here. Now, I'm not sure how much you know about the king. He's pro-torture, and he was able to squeeze some information out, and that is that this elf was sent to urge the king to side with the elves, the dark elves. The elves promised cold forge, or the cold steel, in exchange for their help to become unbanished from Drovash. Now, the king didn't believe it at first, said, "Oh, say anything under torture." But the more and more the king thought about it, the more he thought it might be real. So the king sought out the dark elves, and they presented him, supposedly, with this cold steel blade that everyone thought the king was already sitting on. And ever since then, the king has been in league with the dark elves to get them off of Drovash in hopes for cold steel. He's starting this war to weaken our brothers to the north and provide the elves with land to live on, where they can grow crops, they can increase their population. Drovash, it's a frozen wasteland. There's nothing out there you can do. They're having a hard time living. The king's been corrupted by this promise of cold steel. And we can't let this happen.
No shit.
Have you considered starting a riot?
Hmm.
And I see what that might do and to help our case.
Odd enough, friend. He's an idiot.
I can tell.
This is a tall tale you're spinning.
I can see why you might think that. It's a bit hard to believe. I'll give you that. But
Well, you're asking us to believe that the Dwarven king is in league with the Dark Elves,
I am.
two factions that stood at war for ages, eventually driving one to exile by the other.
I can understand why this might be hard for a human to grasp, but you have to try and realize that Dwarven kings of centuries past have been after cold steel. It's been their main motivator for hundreds of years. The cold steel blade is the one blade that can shatter other blades just by touching it, because it's so cold. It can set fire to forests and countries because it's also so hot. It's a cold steel blade. It's a dwarven dream.
So being a dwarf, do I know this?
You would have heard of the Cold Steel Blade.
So what I'm hearing then is that we need to go assassinate a king.
I want the
Well.
blade.
I don't think assassinating a king would stop any of this from continuing.
Not if we kill enough people.
I like the way you think. I've got to be honest here.
That would take an army.
But you, something else you have to understand is the king is well liked. He's been a good king. He really has. Just these last 5 years, he's fallen to corruption in secret, but nonetheless, it's happened. Now, if we were to just kill this king, another would rise, and we'd still be here.
Then what are
Still
you
think-
proposing?
And if you think for a moment his heirs and generals don't know what's going on.
So we kill them too.
Smart man.
Whole bloodline. Let's kill them all.
What would you stand to gain to get this sword?
Oh, I'm not after the sword.
Did Eric just say something smart?
No.
Do I need to make a note of this? Hold on, I'm making a note of this. Do I have
February
a pen and paper?
28th or March
I'll
28th.
be honest here.
Cosmo had a thought.
I would love to have the sword, but that's not why I brought you here today. I brought you here because my country has been in peace for the last century. I'd like to keep it that way.
You want us to start a war?
He
I
wants
think
us
that's
to
exactly
start a
the
war.
Totally the
opposite.
opposite to what I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry. That's bashing on the window outside. It's loud.
I believe what he just said is he wants us to prevent the war between the Dwarven kingdom and the human kingdom.
Can I see if he's telling the truth or not?
Give me an insight check.
That's a 24.
I'll send you a private message.
God.
I have proficiency in insight and wisdom as my main stat.
And while Flint does that, I'm going to turn to Yorick and just, so what do you want to do?
What do I want to do?
You're the soldier here. You're, I hope, somewhat tactically minded.
Good at smashing things less.
I feel like he's lying to us, but maybe not.
Yeah, dude, it's coming down loud outside.
I
hope
can,
my
I can
car's
hear it
okay.
through y'all's mics, so it's not
There's
too
some-
bad, but
Big ass. Well, I guess they're not like.
The 33
bushy
outside there.
thick.
Yeah, the 33 is outside.
Oh, it's just getting destroyed right now.
Well, they're not California size.
I'm not and have never been a director of tactics.
Sales?
I wield a heavy weapon and smash the things I'm told to smash.
So does
are we still like right there in the presence of this dwarf? We are, right?
Yes, absolutely. But give me 1 second. I'm sending Flint and Bruce on here a private message.
Okay. So I'm just going to assume that these two are whispering.
Oh
So
no, this is me like
He's
no, I
Yeah.
meant Linnea whispering to
reading
Yorick.
body language. Oh,
yeah. Regardless, I'm not. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I just I sold my soul to try and save people who are already dead. I think you're going to, be better at making choices than I am.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm at a loss for words. Is basically it.
Is Eric aware of the matching or very similar spider ornament situation in the corners of the walls?
I'm not sure if he was ever made aware of it. He
Okay.
the only
definitely
one I
didn't
told
notice it
was
himself.
York.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Flint specifically got my attention and pointed it out to me.
All right. Well, that's fine. Eric will remain clueless.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of lean back in my chair and I'm like, I don't quite believe you're telling us the whole truth. What's there's something just doesn't fit right with me. What is we need some more information before we dive headfirst into this.
Well,
You know,
I mean, I can tell you what I know.
actually, I have one question, and it needs to
Aye.
have a very good answer. And I take my
Very
cloak
well.
off, and I set it down so that the spider webs clearly show. And I say, I took this off a dead drow. Why are you decorated the same?
And when he does that, I'm because my cloak has the same decoration, right? As I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lay mine out and take out my sword and set it on top.
Well, to be fair, we didn't decorate this place. We found it about a year ago. Made it our home.
You found it.
Aye.
It's fairly new. I start jibber jabbing about like how the rocks are like recently cut and like the stonework is like boring the hell out of you guys. You're just like, what the hell is he talking about? And yeah.
I mean, I did say the king was in league with the drow, so it's plausible to me. They carved this place out.
And they
Do
would
you
just
know
leave it abandoned for you to find.
I'm no elf. I don't know.
And yet you find it a perfectly safe place to talk about conspiring against the king.
Never
Have you
had any issues or any kind of intrusions here.
have you talked to the elves, the ones who sent the message?
Have
So
I?
you know
No.
what the message was. Well, I think that's where we should start. Is find out what the message was.
Well, we had scouts that had this information. They've since died.
Is the elf alive?
Dangerous line of work.
Convenience.
Is the elf alive? Did he kill it? Do you know?
Truthfully, not sure.
Definitely not something we want to ask the king.
Ugh, this is.
I'll be honest with you. I don't recall what your name is, but I'm going to be
because I
honest.
never
Give us a
gave it.
name.
Good. Not that I would have bothered to learn it. Anyway, I'll be honest with you. An awful lot of things would have had to fall perfectly into place with your story.
How do you mean?
Like the drow build this place.
I'm simply
abandon it.
saying that it's a possibility. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying, it's waves, right? If it was drow, then it was drow. But what happened was we found this place. It was empty. It looked like it had been for a while, so we set up camp.
And say that theoretically we do decide to believe you. What would you have us do?
Well, we would need to figure out what we could do to prevent any kind of war. Now, to be truthful, I think it involves a series of planned assassinations.
On who?
Okay.
I'm down. I'm down to bring down the king.
And what happens if you're lying to us and we kill the king? Does one of you lot spoopins take power?
Well, the idea would be to plant a king who knows of the corruption, right? And who could prevent it.
So one of you lot swoops in to take power.
If those are the words you hope to choose, then sure.
And I'm going to turn and look at Yorick and just kind of, again, like I'm not going to say it again, but just kind of look at him like, what's he want to do? And kind of glance at the others too. Not Eric.
Yeah, not Eric.
I say we overthrow the king.
this is a lot to consider, and we would be fools to rush into something without
Well,
discussing it.
What proof does he have that any of what he's saying is true?
True.
How many days until Saren, how many days until we meet with the king again?
It's tomorrow.
A
I think,
day,
right?
2 days, 3 days.
He wasn't clear. He just said like 2 or 3 days.
Kitty.
Okay. Well, you know where we're staying, clearly.
Aye.
You have until the king comes to get us to find some manner of evidence. If
Very well.
the group is, of course, agreeable.
That's would be helpful because so far it's nothing but stories, fanciful words to convince us of something that is too horrible to contemplate.
I think that sounds fair. You're right. You would be fools to just take my word for it.
I believe him.
Thank you, Eric.
I appreciate that. Very well. Well, you lot are welcome to stay here. Entry and exit is going to be monitored though. So if you've got other business to attend to, then we'll just have to take care of making sure you stay hidden. But you're also welcome to stay at the Naughty Duck.
I think we should go back.
We should,
Good
because
chance.
in the event
Yeah.
that you're telling the truth, or in the event that he's telling the truth and the king does plan to kill us, any hint that we've caught on is not going to end well for anybody. Least of
Well, you're
all
right there.
us.
Also a good chance.
Well, if any of this is true, then the king, then Orcbringer would be wise to return us with misinformation. Killing us would be it would not be in his best interest.
Also true.
So I think we're probably safe. Regardless.
All right. Well, let's go back. We can get a bite to eat and some ale.
And I just kind of nod and look at our companion. And unless you have anything else that you need to say to us.
I don't think so. I'll see what I
Didn't
can
get your
do,
name,
but
lad.
and you may not.
Don't think he has to give it.
Till next we meet.
All right then.
All right. Yeah. So then I
Okay.
start heading back towards the false door. If it's not opening, then I'll just stand there and stare at it and look back.
Hold on. I've got super shitty internet right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
try and- Thank you.
I
If I
am
can't do
tired.
anything
I've
about
had
it, I
6 cups of coffee today and I'm still dying.
don't think I'll be able to do anything about it, to be honest.
Mm.
I think the storm's kind of affecting it.
I mean, if you go, you go. But so far you seem to be fine on my end.
He's talking about
Well,
his stream.
I'm looking at my OBS and I'm dropping frames like mad, and yeah, I'm not doing too
Ooh,
hot.
okay. Give me
So
just
I
a
might
sec.
actually just stop streaming and hop right back into it.
Oh,
Alrighty.
well, I'm still streaming, so
Cool.
anybody listening on yours, they can switch over to mine. I will send this recording because I'm also recording it to you, and you can upload it as a file on Twitch.
I'm going to start the stream back up in just a moment.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. And I've got a DM with one of the people in stream, so I'm sure that if anything goes wrong and they can't say anything about it in chat, then they can probably DM me.
Okay, I should be fine.
All right, cool beans.
Okay. I'm all right.
Cool.
All right.
Yep, and I'm not dropping frames again. So cool. Alrighty. So yep, this mysterious dwarf has urged you out. You guys approach the stone door where this same guy who ushered you inside last time pulls some mechanisms. And you guys are able to leave.
All right.
Great.
Great.
Yep. We'll leave. Make our way back up.
Yep, you guys make your way back. You guys come up and you're able to kind of push open this trap door from the house before. You have to like move this straw bed back out of the way. Y'all come out, close the door, push the straw bed back, yada yada. You guys leave, and the old dwarven man is sitting on his porch again, rocking chair, smoking his pipe. And as you leave, he really pays very little attention to you.
All right then.
Cool.
And as we're walking, finding our way back, we
Yep.
may as well discuss sleeping arrangements.
Sure. Sure.
Just for maximum security. So, we got 3 rooms, he said.
Yep.
All right,
So
and
do you
there
think
are
Eric should get his own room?
probably not. Uh,
I chuckled
yeah.
at my own joke. That is funny.
Yen should get the room in the middle, just because he can stay awake, and if the walls are thin enough, he'll be able to hear any commotion in the other rooms. And with the other, because you said that the rooms were all in a row, it was like 5, 6, 7 or something.
5, 6, 7.
All right, so he'll be able to hear any commotion in the other rooms, and in
Wake
the other,
everybody else up.
yeah, and in the other 2 rooms, it should be 2 persons per room. I refuse to share with Eric on principle of he sounds like he snores, as like his personality is that of someone who snores. So, and then just sleep in shifts. So I can't say that word, shifts.
That's
Good enough.
So that there's always someone watching the door. When did I become like de facto tactician?
You got something to add? You see that you add? No, that's good. Sure. So fine.
I also dropped the accent. Oops.
Eric can stay with me then.
All right. And I'll stay with Brewstone.
Oh, all right.
Great. So you guys discuss this as you guys are walking back.
Yes.
Yep.
After about 30-minute walk or so, it's gotten dark by this point. You guys are walking back. The smell of burning metal is not so much in the air anymore. The smoke is starting to clear just a little bit. Now you smell kind of a mixture of beer, ale, and vomit. As you guys
Dwarves.
walk through town, it becomes more so apparent as you pass the barrows on this side, and becomes slightly less apparent as you get into South District. You do find the naughty duck, and you do find that the dwarf who was out there before is now no longer giving out those coupons. And the populace has died down just a little bit.
Great.
So
Right.
you guys are able to go inside. Not so much a party going on tonight. Couple of people that are loud. The gnome is still there playing happily his lute, which is almost too big for him. But yeah, you guys go in. Here you are.
Cool.
All right. And I assume that it's plenty late by now, because you said that it was 6:30 when we found
It's probably
the house.
8:30, 9 o'clock right now.
All right. All right. Does
Great.
anybody plan on staying down here long enough, or does anybody plan on staying down here for food and drink? Because we should remain in pairs as much as possible.
I think I'm
I
good.
don't. No.
I'll have a snack. Eat a ration.
We're at a tavern. You can just buy a snack.
Okay, then I will just go up to the bar and buy some food.
Sorry, not to
Yeah.
like food shame you. I was just like, wait.
I'll buy
And,
some. Yeah.
Easy enough. If you're just looking for a snack, you'd probably be presented with like some turkey and cheese.
Lulea, who has loved Elven, or not Elven, God, who has been enjoying Dwarven food so far, would like to request a bite of turkey if that's what he gets. Like she's had cheese before. It's nothing special.
Dwarven goats, though.
Do dwarves have goats or like cat? Well, I mean, I guess
Well,
it's
I mean, they
mountainous.
do live
They
in
probably have mountain
mountains.
goats. Do they crave that mineral? I'm sorry, I'm only here to reference dead memes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, dead memes. Gotcha. Don't know that meme. It's very good.
You're also old.
Oh, burn.
Anyway. Cool.
And I picked up some splash damage from that. Damn.
All right. Yeah. So, I'll just kind of just put my hand on Eric's shoulders, like we should settle down for the night. Yeah. Just kind of start walking towards the stairs to the rooms.
Sure. I just need a few more signatures.
We can get them tomorrow. Plenty of time.
You're probably right. Yes. Let's go.
All right.
Flint, are you planning on staying down here for some drinks? Or
Oh, yeah.
can we? Okay. All right. I'll stay down here with you then.
Uh-oh, network error.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Nope, that was me again.
Gonna be an oof. Oh.
Stream just exploded.
Yep. There you go. Refresh now.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll order a couple more drinks and chuck them back.
Yeah, no problem. So
How
yep,
you
you
do
get
that
your jerky,
without-
you get your cheese, you get a couple of Mithra Mountain Reds. Put them back.
How you do that without winding up with a terrible hangover will forever escape me.
I kind of look over at her. It's just like mother's milk. I am a dwarf.
Dwarves.
It's not your elvish wine
Uh,
and your
Elvish-
bread. Oh, the bread is disgusting.
Elvish wine doesn't burn like I've just poured fire down my throat. Sometimes. I must
What
admit
good is
that
a
you
good brew
do
if you can't
have
feel it coming in and coming out?
you do have some decent brews. I'll give you that.
All right. So I will finish my drinks and we can go then.
All right. And once he's done and ready to go, I'll just follow along behind him.
Right. So yep, you guys eat some snacks. If anybody else wants to get some food, you can get some food. Probably mark off for the past couple of days, a gold each for food, drink, etc.
Cool. Oh, I keep forgetting that I like actually have gold now.
Weird, isn't it?
It is because Leia's always been poor. She's like baffled by the prospect of actually spending money on things.
Modest lifestyle. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So yep, you guys start heading upstairs. You find that your keys unlock your rooms just fine. You walk in, and it's about what you'd expect for a dwarven room, right? So, it's got like a bed that's made partly of wood, partly of stone, with kind of just like this cushion sitting on top, straw pillow. But it's pretty warm. The bed is about 5.5 feet tall, so anybody longer than that is gonna have a little bit of issue. But you guys climb in, go down for the night. Leia, as you start to fall asleep, you hear from Flint.
God damn it, Brewstone.
What?
We wake up in the morning and Leia and Flint have been murdered in their sleep. Press F to pay respects.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and check windows and doors and stuff, and be a little paranoid about making sure that things are secured and jammed and.
Easy enough. Oh, so you're actually gonna like jam the door shut and stuff?
Well, I'm not going to jam the door shut. The window shutters, definitely, jam those pretty good. But I wanna convince myself that the lock is sufficient on the door.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, so you close the door, put that little thing over, like at hotels. Lock the
Yeah,
window down. There's like a little you can put into the thing to lock the window and
is
stuff.
there a chair in the room?
Sure.
Great. I'm gonna go
Keep it
ahead.
away from
I'm gonna
Eric.
go ahead and do the chair wedge.
Keep it away from Eric.
And
Yeah.
So how many beds are in the room here?
2 beds per room.
Excellent. Well, Eric found his and he's out.
Awesome. Great.
Strangely enough, Eric isn't snoring.
Lileia is offended, attacked. She came here to have not a good time. I guess they're in a war, but the points, and she's honestly feeling so attacked right now.
Cool.
Right. So, last call for anything you guys want to do before your long rest, waking up in the morning.
Nope.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stand my watch.
Fine. I'll give you
Yeah.
half the night to watch, and you can still get a long rest out of it.
Awesome. Great. And also, so I don't know how that'll go, but at the end of that, I am gonna wake up Eric. So
Well, go ahead and go.
okay, cool. Well then, yeah, I'll wake him up to
Whoa,
stand his watch.
yes. Sign the petition.
Yeah, no, it's your turn to stand watch, and I'll go lay down.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Eric will sit up and attempt to do what he imagines is watch, which apparently is sitting and staring in the corner of the room.
You know what?
So no-
It's better than Lileia and Flint are doing.
And I don't know how successful he's going to be at this. So,
Not very. But it's fine because nothing happens throughout the night. So, if you
Wow,
drift
all
back
that
off to sleep.
preparation for nothing.
All right, so long rest, you said?
Yep, you guys can apply long rests if you need them. You shouldn't, but just in case.
I did use a spell, so I'm just gonna do that. Just
Okay,
be safe.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
use
so you
it,
guys
but
all
do it
wake up with the sun. You guys come out of your rooms at about the same time in the morning.
Mhm.
And you make your way downstairs together. Now there's a whole bunch of free tables, only a couple that even have anybody at them. So you guys find one, you take a seat. What was his name? Talsh. Got it right here.
Telshul.
Telshul. Yep, that's the one. So, yep, Telshul. He walks up, says, "Hi, good morning. Can I get you any breakfast?"
Eggs, sausage, standard fare would be great.
Can do. Anything different, or just should we get standard fare for everyone?
Standard fare would be great, thank you.
Well,
Yeah, amazing.
do you have any of those little twirly buns?
Twirly buns.
Twirly, you mean sweet rolls?
Sure. Yes, that's the one.
Twirly buns.
I can procure some sweet rolls. That's not a problem.
Wonderful.
Just
Elven
give
sweet
me
rolls are
some
better.
time. Hey, actually, I think I've got something for you. You're yes, you're the king's lot, right? Give me one sec.
Aye, that would be us.
I've got a package here for you. I'm just gonna set it down on the table. No, okay. I'll be right back with the standard fare breakfast and a couple of sweet rolls for you.
Cool.
Before
So-
anyone touches the package, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
No magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, how big a package is this?
It's probably, I don't know, 10 inches tall, 6 inches wide, a couple inches deep.
Okay, cool. Then I'll go ahead and reach out and take it and
Yep, you do.
unwrap it.
So,
Boom, dead.
Parse bomb.
you unwrap it, you pull it out. Okay. In your hand is a book.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lelea, you would recognize this book.
Oh, well.
This is the tattered book that the king had pulled out of his jacket pocket inside as you guys were leaving and set it down on the table.
So I just kind of go, oh, would you let me see that, please, York?
I'll hand it over.
Great.
So Yorick and Lelea, very faintly on the cover of this tattered leather-bound book, it says in Dwarvish. Can you understand
can-
Dwarvish, Yorick?
I can
You
read
can
it.
read everything.
Haha.
Lelea, in Dwarvish, this book simply titled The Legend of the Cold Steel Blade.
Oh, son of a bitch. And I relay that straight to Yorick, just so quietly. The Legend of the Cold Steel Blade.
I have to step across the room for just a second. I'll be right back.
You're good, man.
Okay, there he goes. And if I were to flip open the book, would it just be about the legend?
Well, that's where this gets interesting, right? You flip open the book, and there is indeed the entire story of, the Cold Steel Blade. It goes into much more detail than the dwarf had gone into about the dwarves who had been mining in Drovash, about how they stumbled across the cold steel ore, the processes they took, as well as what urged them to seek the counsel of an elf who might be able to help them to mine it. And then it goes in detail about the process of how that all happened, how they ended up making the cold steel forge, yada yada. It's a detailed description of this story. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, scattered throughout the pages are like some handwritten notes in Dwarvish. The Dwarvish handwriting though differs as you're going through it, and see a lot of them are notes about like they highlight certain passages. It says, oh, this might be relevant information, right?
Mhm.
And then in the back of the book is an image of a map.
Mhm.
And this map is what appears to be a small continent, right? You're looking at the legend, and it looks to be a fairly small continent. In Dwarvish, you can read the word Drovash, Drovash, as it would be in common.
Okay.
And you can see that there are like mountain ranges that are like topographical mountain ranges on this map. And somewhere you see handwritten in red ink, there's an X. And then on the same sheet of paper, down in the bottom, you see written in Dwarvish, it says, Dark Elves Cooperate, ?
All right.
All right. And I'm not going to say what it says in this tavern because I don't know who might overhear me, and that is not a risk I am willing to take here and now. Hold on a second. Sorry, I am looking at something here.
So it's all Dwarvish, huh?
It's all Dwarvish.
Yeah, the whole book is in Dwarvish.
Sorry, I'm
All
just
the writing
looking.
is in Dwarvish. It's all Dwarvish.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. So give me a sec. I can't read. Is it in racial traits? It is not. God, okay. I know what is it in spells? It's probably in spells. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at one of my things that I have. It's just taking longer
You're
than I
good.
wanted.
What are you hoping to find?
My thing where I can read all languages. I'm just looking to see if I can write in them. I know that I can read in them, but I don't know if it says anything
Nope.
about
Eyes of the
where.
Runekeeper. You can read all writing. That's it.
Okay, but I can't. Okay, cool, great. That's what I needed to know. Okay. And so I'm just going to very quietly close the book and stash it in my cloak.
Easy enough.
And I'm going to give Yorick a look. Like a look, like
Hmm.
not that obvious.
All right. So then now what?
Well,
To be
now
honest, my inclination is what's the name of the king in the Human King? Thorum? No.
Yeah. The human king is King Eldof Thorum.
but we have been talking with the commander,
You've been talking with Commander Whalen.
Wayland. Yes. I
Yeah.
almost said Waldorf and I was like, no, I don't know where that came from, but that's not the name. So I'm
Anyway, my inclination is to warn King Thorum, or it would be to warn Thorum of the treachery.
but we can't go back alone. Not
How
now.
far can my familiar travel?
That far.
Can it take a boat alone?
It's
I mean,
taking a
can I
boat in a different
can I
country.
turn it into a
So,
bird and send it with a
Your
message?
familiar can travel as far as you want it to travel. You just won't be able to communicate with it at all.
And you won't know
So
if it gets there.
So your familiar right now is a cat, right? But your cat can it will follow your orders, right? So you can tell it what to do and it'll do it. But like I said, you just
didn't
won't be
we
able to
come across
communicate.
a boat? So it would have to go on a boat, right?
Turn it into a rat.
Oh, I mean, I could turn it into a bird.
You could turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. You just have to have the materials and the time to do it.
Honestly, it may be better to get back in contact with the dwarf that we spoke with at this point.
Okay.
To what end?
And see if they can spare a messenger, because if we go,
If we were to tell them that we want to notify the King Thorum of what we've learned, I guarantee you they would not be okay with that. Because that would be an invitation to war.
An actual invitation to war.
Did you tell anybody else what's in the book, or was it just between you and York?
that was just like between me and Yorick.
It was just a look. She read it and gave me a look. I have no idea what was in the book.
Yeah, but he
I'm just
got the
trusting
vibe.
that she read something that was convincing.
Not good. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess
Incriminating.
I'm just eating my sausages and breakfasts and looking around. So
I'm
what's the book?
going to are you sitting like next to me or across from me or like catty corner? What's the deal?
I imagined I was sitting to your left, actually.
No, Flint, sorry.
Oh,
Probably across the table. I don't know.
That's funny because that's how I imagined it too.
Yeah, I also figured he was sitting to her left. But
Wavelengths.
but she's going to look, I'm gonna kick Flint under the table.
Wow. What?
And under the
Me, my
table,
breakfast? What do you want?
and under the table, I'm going to hand him the book.
My arms don't reach that far.
I'm going to forget that he is short. Unfortunate, really. Should have been taller. And sigh and just hand it to him very obviously over the table.
What
What's
was that?
that was a Yoda.
That was a baby Yoda.
All right.
That was a nightmare fuel right there.
That's my other half playing, knowing that I'm on camera.
Does she know that you're like streaming to the world?
Yes.
Man, who all is even watching though? I mean, it's not the world. It's like 10 people, isn't it?
Like 2.
1,
Cool.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 people shown in my chat, which is
Well, hey, there you go.
which is crazy.
But how many of them are bots?
I never get bots.
Oh, cool. Anyway, all right. Help.
Well, you got
All
Yan.
right. What takes? I'll take the book.
Yeah, I'm a bot.
You're a bot. Cool. So see, because here's the thing, right?
Well, flip through the book. Does this look like something I learned in school, like a textbook?
So the book that you're looking at, it's a book you've seen before, right? The Cold Steel Blade. If anybody in the Dwarven Kingdom gets into forging, the Cold Steel Blade is like the unit of measurement that all tools or whatever are compared to, right? Be like, oh, it's no Cold Steel Blade, right? So
Right.
you know what it is, right? And you've heard the stories. So like seeing Legend of the Cold Steel Blade, you're like, oh, this is cool, right? Like this is like it's like a storybook, right?
Interesting fairy tale.
Yeah, I read this one when I was a wee lad.
And I just and your cat is causing problems.
He's asleep.
It's the
Not anymore.
demons. It's the demons.
Probably Pippa.
But Leia just like, and then just very quietly, and then just very, very quietly go to the last page. Or
Okay.
whatever page the map was on. Did you say it was the last page? Saren?
Yeah, it's in the very back.
Cool. So go to the back of the
Also,
book.
I would like everybody to know that there's 43 people actually watching my stream.
Oh, that's so many people. Now I have anxiety.
Is it really? How do you know that?
I'm not
Yeah, well, read my chat.
Yeah, 2 people would seem strange to me considering the number I've got. So
I mean, like I have my friend River in there, has a link, but I don't know. Last time I checked, it only said like 3 or 4 people. So hold on, I'm pulling up the stream now.
hey everybody.
Hi.
Anyway, so
Hey.
we're breaking the immersion, guys. Breaking the immersion.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right. You're right.
Last page.
Okay, I flipped
You
to
see
the
the
last
map.
page.
Would any of you like to sign my petition?
Quite
Nice.
right.
Yeah. Fourth wall. Okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
what do I see in the map? It's just a map.
Yeah, so you see a map of a small continent in Dwarvish. You see the word written on the top. It says Drovash, which you've heard is the continent that the cold steel was found, right?
Okay. Oh, okay.
You see, the topographical description of like the mountains, and then there's a red X along the mountain range.
Looks like there's treasure here.
yeah, and then that statement that said something like "Drow cooperate."
Yeah. There's you're right.
Oh,
There's
right.
a statement written in Dwarvish in the very bottom right corner that says, "Dark elves cooperate?" ?
Okay. Does it look? Does the writing look fresh?
It's dried ink, right? It's kind of hard to tell how old it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So as I was saying though,
Mhm.
I'm not afraid of war, but I'm not one
Okay.
to decide if it's warranted. And this seems like something that King Thorum should be aware of.
Okay, I will close the book back up and hand it across the table again.
I'll
Mhm.
reach
Right.
out and grab it and take it and tuck it away.
Add history book to your inventory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, history book. Got it.
Incriminating history book.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, that doesn't look very good. And this is from the king.
The
We
waiter
didn't
guy
see
said
who
that it
dropped it
was,
off, right? It was
I-
some courier.
but the waiter said that it was dropped off for us.
That is what the waiter said.
I feel bad about forgetting his name, but I'm terrible.
Should we
with
go
names.
ask the king what it is?
Yeah, the waiter is. I got the name.
It's
Seymour Butts.
Telshul.
Felshel.
There. His name is now Philip. Thank you.
It's not
But
dwarvish at all. Carry on.
but I'm gonna just like sigh and sorry, I keep bumping my mic. I'm just gonna sigh and like put my head in my hands and just I don't know what to do.
Wait, so this book, you said that it was that only Linnea recognized it, yeah?
I recognize.
Yes.
So far, only
Oh,
Linnea
that he
could
had.
read it because it's
No,
in dwarvish. But if there's anybody else at the table who could read it, oh,
No,
yeah, No,
recognized
you're
it.
right.
Recognized
I
it,
was
yeah.
I was the only one who saw the king.
Yes. Yeah, she had seen the king.
Yeah.
Pull this book, this tattered leather-bound book, out of his pocket upon your exit, like a sigh of relief. And then he pulled the book out and like set it on the table.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned, well, maybe we should go ask the Kings. Maybe he knows something about it, or those other guys.
And I'm just gonna like, no, we can't go to the king.
Yeah, so that would be great. We would just go up and say, "Hey, I got this book that was stolen from you last night." Right? Seems
Right,
like
I'm sure that wouldn't end with us being tortured.
Not a fan of that.
Really, that's just how I love to spend a weekend
No,
personally.
no, but
I don't know about
Oathbringer
your idea of
apparently
that.
is. All right. So unfortunately, that also puts a wrinkle in things because now his book is missing.
Oh no.
Well, unless any of us are skilled enough to sneak it back in without him noticing, which I'm going to assume that is a no.
I'm
A
not
hard
gonna
no.
try that.
I wonder who brought us the book initially.
Probably our friend from last night.
Perhaps we should go talk to them.
That's probably the best idea.
Okay. I still don't trust them. I don't trust them at all.
I don't either. And she sighs, or I sigh, and just alternatively, we can wait for the king to summon us and see what happens then. Because if it is a trap, whatever he intends, we have forewarning if he does do it.
All right. I feel like we should probably go talk to the that guy anyway, our friend from last night, if for no other reason than to unload this thing, because us having it is it's
A dead giveaway.
we might as well be asking for Orkbringer to take our heads.
They're attached to mine.
Well,
I'd like to
personally,
stay
I think that
attached to mine.
Personally, I think I'd make a pretty wall decoration, but I understand the points.
It's the horns, isn't it?
It is. They're very pretty. I do extensive horn care. Thank you.
All right then.
Yeah.
Should we go?
I think we should, and I'd rather not. I'd like to get rid of this thing as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you've been a bit quiet. What are you doing through all this?
I mean, I'm a little bit cautious of the whole situation. I think we need to get rid of the book. I wanted to send my familiar, but I don't think that's an option because then I'm going to be without it.
Yeah, it's probably not great.
We've got ourselves into quite the predicament here.
Yes, this is definitely that. All right. So, once
You know, I was
everybody's
much
eaten, do we? I mean, I don't think we should do anything else. I think we should just go straight there.
Yeah, I feel like as much as I don't want to trust these guys, maybe we have.
No choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's that or we take it straight to the king, and then if he's actually bad, we're fucked.
Yeah. So, I'm finding that I much preferred it when we were freeing cities from orc rule, things like that.
Kind of the same thing, just a bigger city.
Bigger city is true. All right. Well, so have we got our food yet? I don't recall them coming back with the eggs and
I think he did, yeah.
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 He'd come back.
cool. Then yeah.
Hopefully
so-
they didn't notice the book. So there, just read through.
Well, there's no reason
Well-
that anybody would recognize it.
Even if they did, to them it's just a book, right? Oh, look, a book. Great.
Mhm.
Read your book, eat
Yeah,
your
so-
breakfast. I don't care.
Scarf down the old food and say we should be on our way.
Yep. And Leia's just like eating hers as fast as I'm still trying to enjoy the sausage because I have unfortunately developed a fondness for it. It's no elven cuisine, mind you, but it is a passable meal, I suppose.
You should be careful. You may
It's
accidentally
passable.
say you like it on if you're not careful.
Ugh. I think I'd rather die, thank you. It's just a passable meal and one of the few edible things that I found here.
Then I promise not to tell anyone who matters.
Thank you. My honor and dignity shall never forget that.
Great.
I'll
I
make
have-
sure to pass that down to my children and grandchildren that Yorick did not tell my secrets.
Hmm, great. All right.
All right,
Great.
back
You
to the
guys
secret
eat.
hideout.
You eat your eggs. You eat your sausage. You eat your biscuits and gravy. Or whatever the hell you guys ate. Eric eats his sweet rolls.
Are you not
Thank
eating
you.
anything?
Yep. Yen just sits there, wishing he could get drunk. And
Tough
yeah,
life being a
eventually,
warforged.
yep, you guys take off and make your way back across town, out the east gate into Eastgate, and find the place again. This time, the old dwarven man, he's still there, rocking in his chair, but he pays no attention to you.
Great.
You approach
Yeah, absolutely. Just walk
Right, yeah.
straight up.
to the guy, or what?
Well,
To the door?
yeah, I kind of want to say just, straight to the door.
Great. You walk up
If
to the
he
door.
stops-
It's open. You push it open. He's just sitting there smoking his pipe on his rocker chair.
Awesome. Great. Cool. Well then.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I go through the business of checking the bed, moving the bed, open it, just,
Open it up. Down you go.
down I go. Carefree and just bold as can be.
Yep. So you guys walk through the stairway down into the sewer, take the couple of right turns that you guys took before, following the signs. You walk in. Once everybody's in this small unlit room, all of a sudden, door opens up, and you guys are able to go inside. Nothing
Great.
needed to be said. It just opened up once you guys were all in the room.
Awesome. Great. Yep. I walk in.
And I'm just going straight in after him.
I'm gonna follow suit.
Perfect. So you guys all walk in.
And there's a table like there's nearby.
Yeah. So
So I'm looking for the guy that we talked to.
yeah. So as you guys walk in, actually, he approaches you. Says, "Good morning."
So then I just pull the
I
book
guess you
out
got my
and just
package then.
hash it and just
Ah,
His package.
you did get my package.
I
It's good stuff. This is hopefully proof enough for you. He's gonna put it in his pocket.
better evidence than some tall tales. No offense.
But I'm
Now,
curious.
I'm
as
not
to how
sure
you
if this
came
was.
through-
I'm sorry.
you-
What?
I'm just curious at how it came into your possession.
I've got men on the inside. That's all I'll say for now.
Careful if Eric has too many smart
Oh.
thoughts in a row, he might have to usurp me as team
Can
tactician.
I cast a spell?
If you have a spell to cast, yeah.
I would like to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay. What does that do?
It creates a magical zone with guards against deception, a 15-foot radius sphere centered on the point of your choice. So I want to cast it, around
Right
us.
over him.
Will that also affect Eric?
Yes, anybody who's in the zone. It's a 15-foot radius sphere centered on your choice of range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell for the first time must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed saving throw, you can't lie.
Okay. And what's the DC?
14 charisma.
Okay.
So do we all need to make a charisma saving throw?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
anybody who is trying to lie,
Nice.
actually anybody who's in the zone.
Okay, mine is.
York, you can't lie.
I got a 3, so I also can't lie.
Oh, I can't lie either.
Actually, a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that he succeeded at that, but we'll go with it.
Yeah, I got a 1.
So
No, I didn't get a 1.
additionally, I believe
Can I please pull up the fuck?
we are aware that we have been encircled, and we can
You're
be,
aware that the spell, yeah.
and we can be evasive and choose not to answer. We simply can't lie.
An affected creature is aware of the spell, thus can avoid answering questions which normally respond to it with a lie. So you can just not answer.
Right.
It's not
So,
great, but
this dwarf says, you don't trust me yet, do you?
Nope.
That's fair. You understand I'm not one to give away information, though.
Of course, that's why he cast Zone of Truth, is it not?
Sure. It just means I may not be quite so willing to talk for the next 20 minutes or so.
10 minutes. But yeah.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, well, I suppose that is fair enough. But
So he never really gave us. So he wants to prevent a war, and he found this book that he supposedly says is from the king.
Well,
Right. So,
Leia recognized it from
Yeah,
when we were in his
I-
chambers.
oh,
Yeah, I
did you tell us?
recognized it.
Did you tell us that was from the king? I didn't remember. If you did or not.
She did not.
I did not.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna. I'm of course being the drama queen that I am. I'm just gonna point at the book and be like, I saw the king holding that.
Oh, when we met
It's-
him,
Yeah, when we left, I saw him pull it out of his coat pocket.
the same book. It's
The
not
same book.
All right.
Either it's the same book or it tattered in almost in. Either it's the same book or it tattered in the same way.
That
How do we
book
know?
does belong to the king.
All right.
Right. Okay. So you gave us the
Can he
king's
lie
book.
about that with the spell on? Now, can I?
We cannot.
Yeah.
Well,
So maybe he's telling the truth?
he has to.
He has
Yeah,
to.
but
No, that's definitely a truth.
okay.
Yeah, out of fail. He can't speak a deliberate lie.
No.
All right. Then, since you're supposedly telling the truth, what is your proposal?
My plan is to carry out a series of assassinations.
On
Various members of the king's court. Now, I did say I've got boots on the inside.
what do you need us for?
Well, I need somebody to actually follow through with these assassinations.
So you
See,
want us
so-
to fight a king?
No, I
No.
want you to kill a king and some members of his court.
Okay.
All right. We need reassurance that that we're not going to wind up getting killed.
I can't provide that. I mean,
Alright.
these are assassinations after all. You think you're
No.
just gonna waltz in, off the guy, walk out?
That would
Yes.
be how an ideal assassination would go, is it not?
Now, if you could do that, then hell, let's get started. But it's not assurance I could give you. That would be assurance you would need to give me.
And
Alright.
and you believe that this would prevent a war.
I believe that this would prevent this war.
The war.
My concern is
I feel that this is the best course of action.
Of that I have no doubt.
my concern here is going to be that we have two humans, a warforged, and a tiefling who is not doing very well to hide that I am very much from the elven society, not drow. But the point being that even if we do attempt this assassination, we would be good cause to go to war against both the human and elven kingdoms. And if we do this, we are putting our own people at risk.
But I feel like you've got an alibi. You're working on behalf of King Thorim, and you've got written proof that you were here to issue a warning, to
Aye.
provide aid. You arrived with a writ from the king saying, hey, we are fearful of this. We wanted to warn you. You've got that in writing.
So
It
you
might
think
help.
so you think that it would be somehow better for us to have assassinated your king on the order of ours?
Your king.
That's not what I said.
No, but in the case we get caught, that is the scenario you painted.
That's our alibi.
No, your alibi is that you were here issuing a warning.
A
asking for
warning and a
help.
plea for help.
Hmm.
You were not here to kill the king. You were here to ask the king for assistance.
And if we needed his help, why would we then go and assassinate him?
That is quite a leap. I'm having a hard time with this. I'm a soldier, not
I
an
understand.
assassin.
I do. This is quite the proposition I've put forth, especially being that I'm a complete stranger. But for the prolonged peace and prosperity of my country and yours, I truly believe this has to happen.
And you're positive that this will be what helps the most people in the long term.
No,
No.
I'm not positive of anything, to be quite frank. It's just what I
Alright.
believe.
Don't know if I'm reassured by that or not.
Well, my magic's cursed, trying to be honest.
Mhm. I mean, fair enough. I'm going to need to ask you to clear your magic's cursed.
No, by magic's curse.
By magic's curse. Okay, cool. Sorry, I 100% misheard you.
Happens.
All right.
Oh, great.
Hmm.
Well then.
Put a foe in front of me, and I'll fight him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But ask me to sneak around and kill a king. I can't get on board with that.
Perhaps we could find a way to put the king in front of you.
By himself?
Aye, perhaps.
What if he pulls out the blade?
The cold steel blade. Tell me this: if the Dark Elves had already given him the cold steel blade, do you think that King Orcbringer would be so down to work with him?
So you
For
know for a
access-
Likely
fact
not.
For
he doesn't
access
have the blade.
to the mine, I would think so.
And he
Here's
didn't
what I
answer my
think.
question.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Do you know for a fact he doesn't have the blade?
I don't know anything for a fact. Legend says he had the blade, but then we heard that he was offered the blade in exchange for this, so hard to say.
Huh?
All I know,
I have another.
according to legend, is that the dwarves searched for years and years through those mountains trying to find more cold steel, and they came up with naught. I think it'd be some miracle if these elves came across it.
Okay.
Right. If you can help us arrange. I had a train of thought. Hold on. Yeah, no, I 100% lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys.
I feel
It's
like
late.
this
Best
could
of
all be
us.
solved by finding the blade.
Perhaps. But I know not where it is.
No. But you're aware of the elves who claim to have it.
That I am.
And
Well, then
something
that
tells
seems
me
to be
something
way we need
tells
to
me
go.
that is way closer than you've ever been.
Do you
I
think?
suppose.
Do you think that if we had a chance to get in with the king, do you think you'd be able to arrange any men to be there with us? Because I don't know that if we were to take on the king, we would be able to take on whoever came to his aid.
That's why we need to assassinate more than just the king.
Even if it's more than one at once,
How many
it's
people are we talking about here?
that.
5 to 6 individually.
Like each one of us will kill 5 to 6 people.
No, I
Okay.
mean that I have 5 or 6 planned assassinations.
And
Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about,
yes.
say, King's Guard who are in there to help him?
So
That too, because even if we're able to get all of them in one place, who says that there's not going to be some guard who can run off to I don't know,
think
I'm-
you're
Oh, I
quite
guarantee-
You have
He
not
is
much
very
concept
much-
for stealth, have you?
I'm a warlock. I can turn myself invisible and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not-
I'll just look at him and grab my chainmail and ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink.
I see. My point being is you don't need to necessarily be sneaky to kill the king. You need to get him alone.
I guess what's the plan?
Actually, we don't.
We
We
could
could have
just
killed
kill
the
him in
king
front of
when we met him.
Aye, but you'd have died for it.
You're damn straight.
Maybe
you
if we
would've
get a-
died.
Well, depends on how slow the poison is. He likes his ale.
Speaking of poison, hold on.
Yeah, we really could have poisoned the barrel immediately.
He just swigged that shit. Didn't even look at it.
Hold on. I'm looking to see if I have anything.
There's a flaw with that plan though. As I'm sure you picked up, it's customary to share a drink with the
Yeah.
gifter.
True.
So
Well,
we
I'm
get an
immune to
antidote.
poison.
Aye.
Why don't I just share a drink with him?
It's not a bad idea.
It's not.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
Will he fall for that?
The dwarves.
Dwarves
I don't know.
have
Dwarves made
dwarves-
Warforged.
dwarves have legendary constitution.
Uh,
Okay.
It's true.
And I would never trust it.
Mm,
It's about now your spell starts to wear off.
Oh God. I don't know. I guess I want to hear more. What's the plan?
does he ever drink alone? Without,
Every dwarf drinks alone. We go to bed drinking.
Sometimes hook it to our veins.
all right, and so my spell invisibility. It lasts up to 1 hour. A creature I
Until you-
touch, or until my concentration is broken, or I release it,
Or you attack.
or I attack. Yes. Would putting poison in a drink? Well, it would have to be a really strong poison, though, which is the flaw in that plan. Mm,
I think trying to poison the king is a bad idea. I don't think that that's likely
right.
to work.
but poisoning people is fun. That's like a pastime. Um. hmm.
Okay.
I'll get some after. Is that okay?
Are they putting it away?
No.
All right. All right. I can't believe we're actually talking about this.
I'm not sold on doing it. I don't. Flint's
Not either. But
I'm always down for a little bit of murder. Lilia can have one murder as a treat.
I mean, I'm a dubious guy, but I'm also logical. I think taking down the head of a civilization is probably not the most logical move.
I'll tell you what. You said there are multiple people who need to die in this plan of yours.
Aye.
Who besides the king?
Various members of his court. He's got a couple of advisors, a couple of officers that he's always close with.
If I found myself at odds with one of them, I'm sure I wouldn't have a problem ending them.
Good chance you look well off.
Hmm.
Dwarves are magic resistant, right?
Dwarves? No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't think so.
I was like, I couldn't remember. Okay, poison
So,
resistant. Okay,
poison resistant. Yeah, I think so.
okay. I
Yeah,
just wanted to be sure that.
that's exactly what I was getting at. Is there?
Mhm.
Yeah. So if we were to help with everybody but the king, you could handle him.
The king is going to certainly be the most difficult asset to take care of. If you'd like, we can start off with the other targets first and see where we go from there.
That
So
would probably be best.
So you're not looking at doing it all at once. You're looking a progressive approach.
Aye.
Seems that would make it more difficult. Because from the first one would maybe seem a fluke. The second would raise suspicion. By the time the third came around, I guarantee security will be much higher.
Well, I did say I've got men on the inside.
All right.
If I assure you that that kind of security won't be that big of an issue. I mean, sure, security measures will be taken, but we can combat them quite effectively, I think you'll find.
I think we might need more time to deliberate amongst ourselves.
Got a few days we can spare, but I would really like to get moving on this, to be quite frank.
Does anybody else have any thoughts? Not
Mm.
not you, Eric.
Eric can have a thought.
Eric can have one thought as a treat. Is that THOUGHT or THOT though?
I'll just look at him and say,
Uh,
these are the kind of things that could put us in jail for the rest of our
Or
lives.
worse. Or worse.
We're tortured.
It could be very short lives. Yeah, well, or that. Or tortured. All right, look.
I think we need a day.
A day.
So
give you a
let me
day.
let me think. What have I got? What have I got? Equipment. Blah 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 blah.
Gross.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're all disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to think of something, a clever way to let him know, but I don't have one.
What?
I need to clear that out of my inventory. I don't have the wormwoods anymore. Anyway, give us a day,
Very well.
and if we agree to help, then
Light the signal flares of Gondor.
well, I mean, we've got our rooms, right? So something similar. I was just going to hang my cloak on the shutters of the window in my room.
All right.
Okay.
I think that's a fine idea. You're in room 6 at the Naughty Duck, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, 4, 5, 6.
No, he would be in 5 or 7 because we have 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, whatever. I think the whole point was that he knows which room I'm in.
I thought
so
I was in the middle.
You
You
are.
are.
I was wrong.
Yeah. No, the DM was wrong. So yeah, but anyway, yes. So I'll just.
I'll keep an eye out.
All right. Then you'll have your answer this evening.
Very well.
All right. I won't even wait for the others again. I'll do my just walking out.
I hope you
thing.
do like the dramatic cloak twirl.
Yeah, I don't know that it was the dramatic cloak twirl, but it was very much the ignoring everybody and just, you know.
Fine. I will do the dramatic cloak twirl that we deserve as I turn and head towards the door. Just
You kind of like hit Eric in the face with your cloak.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's actually pretty great.
sorry, Eric.
Leaving then.
Actually, no, I'm not. Get smacked again with the cloak. Affectionately.
Yeah. Yes, we're leaving.
Eric will turn and join the rest of the people who are leaving.
Yeah, I'll leave with everybody.
Great. So you all leave.
Yeah.
Yep, we leave.
You guys make your way back through the sewer, back up to the house. You
Yep.
see the old man
Yep.
smoking his pipe.
Yep. Ignore the man. Although I kind of want to do something, but I'm not going to because I can't think of a good thing to do. So.
Well.
What?
I get the feeling that you're not very happy with this.
I am extremely unhappy with this.
Great.
I am 0% okay with any of it.
I mean, what alternative do we really have here?
Talk to the king. That's the alternative.
Talk to the king. That's the alternative. Tell him.
Um,
Let the armies deal with what the armies deal with.
And then what do we do after this? Do we just go home,
do-
continue finding people's cattle for them?
Personally, I would probably go and find myself a place on the line.
Wouldn't mind go looking for the blade.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Eh.
Nobody should have the blade. That much power is not. It can't
I mean,
possibly lead to anything good.
I'm just out here seeking a dragon. I feel like that's a great item to kill a dragon with.
Speaking of
Yeah.
too much
well,
power. Didn't you make deals with demons?
Okay, to be fair, only Yorick knows that because she like whispered it
Oh,
to
that's right.
him.
I don't know you're a warlock. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you know I'm a warlock. You just don't know like. I'm assuming you know I'm a warlock. You know
Of
I
what
do some
nature?
flavor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you know of what nature. For all you know, I just have
I've
a
seen
really,
your
really weird deal.
shadow sword. That's about it.
Yeah.
all right. So,
I just call you demon girl because you're a tiefling.
yeah.
It's weirdly accurate though with who my god is.
Actually, I think you're closer to a devil. I think.
Like
think so.
appearance wise, or with regards to the things that I've done.
With regard to your lineage, demons and devils are not the same thing.
Right.
Definitely not.
Two different realms. And they don't like each other.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, I would prefer not to discuss this out in public.
Yeah, no,
So
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, as you guys finish up, there's like a dwarf lady with her child, like walking by really quickly.
Found my petition.
Don't pay attention to them, dearie.
yeah,
You don't talk to me or my son ever again.
So that's a no to the signature then.
that's a
They're
no.
they're gone.
Yeah.
If you talk to
Okay.
me or my son again, I'm calling the police.
Bring out your dad.
crap.
So with permission then, once we get back to the tavern, I would like to just kind of bundle everybody into one of the rooms
Yeah.
for the talk.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. No, let's do that.
As you enter the room, you see a pentagram drawn on the floor with candles at each corner. No, I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
I don't want to call I don't want to call my boss, thank you.
Nice.
All right. So in the room, door shut, being quiet.
Yep.
All right. Look, I'm not a king killer. I have no interest in being a king killer. I don't care what kind of wars will ensue.
You'd be placed on the line. Most likely all of us would be thrown onto that line somewhere. Especially you, you're a soldier.
That's
We're with you.
right. Look, I don't know. I can handle that, but I'm not a king killer. I'm just not okay with that.
But what if how many people would die in the war?
More than 2 or 5.
How many innocents? What was the name of the city that was held by orcs? Saren, I've forgotten. I'm sorry.
I
that
can find
Shern?
out for you.
No.
Nope.
Yikes.
Bro, no take.
Monic.
Monic.
How do I not have that one down?
I also don't have it down for some reason.
That was a big deal.
That was a big deal. That's where you got Yen.
Yeah. Monic, back, or York, back in Monic, you would have done anything to help those people, to save them from whatever the orcs would have done to them.
They were
We only
orcs.
kept kill and one orc.
They were orcs.
Would they were innocent people? Would innocent people not be killed in this war
It's war.
if it happened?
I mean, it's not to say that some other corrupt king would pick up the mantle and do the same thing.
That's a part of it, right?
Maybe we need to get the dark saber, then we'll become king.
Yeah,
That was about eliminating a despotic, orcish rule over a human
Tyrant,
city,
yeah.
right? What are
Big
we doing
difference.
here?
So did it only matter
We're-
because they were humans then?
Oh, she's pulling the race card. Oh, snap.
Sorry, I gotta. Are you gonna compare orcs to dwarves?
A little taller.
In this case, yes. No offense, Bruce
What?
Stone.
I swear I'd kill you right now.
If not for the laws of this land.
Hmm.
I was born here, wasn't raised here.
Okay, well, personally, I don't find dwarves to be slave-running, human flesh-eating beasts. But if you want to consider them similar,
Just
then
sausages.
I'll hear your argument.
Innocents are going to die in this war. Like it or not, takeovers of land is never peaceful, is it?
Iceland.
So,
Is that what they're taking over the frozen tundra?
so then you would find it acceptable to preemptively kill a man who has not done anything wrong, simply to prevent him from possibly doing something wrong.
Yes.
Wow. The orcs had killed people and had enslaved the people of that town. I don't see that here.
And if he were
I see
to
a rightful king doing what he feels is right for his kingdom, however misguided that may be.
And did the orc not think that what he was doing was right for his tribe?
They were orcs.
And
Forgive me for saying so, but I do not believe this is the discussion we were meant to have.
probably not.
Probably not. I don't find them equivalent.
Uh,
And if it had been a dwarf who had taken over that town, who had slaughtered the humans, would you be?
Yes. That's the same thing. That's the
And
same thing.
do you recall how we managed to deal with that?
We
Arm wrestle.
murdered their leader.
No.
One.
No, we did not. We challenged them by their own rules, face to face, with honor and in the daylight.
Great. Let's just stroll into the king's chambers then. Hey, I've heard that you might be working with the drow elves. I would like to throw hands with you in the middle of your court. And if I kill you, then you cannot take over.
Walk up to the man and ask him if he wants to throw fisticuffs. I'm down.
If it were
I
not
might-
for the fact that that would land us promptly in the dungeons and in the stocks, then perhaps it would be an
Nobody
option.
half my size will put me in a dungeon.
I think you underestimate the dwarves. They are a hardy lot.
Hmm. This is a tough decision.
I'm living for this conflict.
Are you really right now?
This is so
I-
great.
Hey, DM.
I am also
I'm
living
really
for
not
this.
enjoying this conflict.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to side with York on this one.
I also love that it's like split down the middle.
We're gonna leave the
wanna kill
decision
the
up to
man.
Eric.
Yeah. Eric, what do you think? Oh God.
I think we should start a riot.
Oh, Eric's gonna be the tiebreaker.
Having to kill the man and his court or not, I think might be able to wait until after we've spoken with the king. Maybe not as directly, but that's the only avenue we haven't traveled down.
I agree. See both sides of the argument. We don't even know the other guy's name, so
Do you think he will sign your petition?
That's an excellent question.
I almost just want to see you ask him.
I would love to see that, to be honest.
And Leia's just gonna like sigh or I'm gonna just sigh and square my shoulders. And what if we're wrong? What if
I
we're
mean,
wrong and innocent people die?
So my big thing is we kill 6 or they start a war and thousands die.
Innocent people die every day.
But thousands? Is it worth or is it worth warring nations? I mean, if he gets any more ore, they're already more powerful, right?
Fine. We hear out the king, but the second he does anything sketch, I am freezing his ass.
I will throw a fireball at him and run. I'm with you on that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
I'll throw a piece of gold at him. We'll be on our way.
Like David and Goliath, just like throw it in a slingshot.
Slingshot, yes, exactly. Except it'll be a magic missile.
With Oh, right. I forgot that takes a gold coin.
Good old Jimmy.
Um,
His magic missiles.
Aaron, didn't the king ask us to stay in town for a while? What was the end goal to that situation from the king's perspective?
He asked you to stay in town for a couple of days because he was deliberating with his council, his officers, his advisors, etc., to come
So-
up
The
with
murder
some
council.
sort of idea as far as
So
what
it
they're
could
gonna
be a
do, and then
murder,
they were going
murder
to-
council.
They were going to come and get you, and then
Right.
Oh, is
right.
that
So-
what they're
so-
doing? Is they're
right.
coming
So
to get us?
that's kind of my
quote, unquote.
point, right? So we're
yeah,
still
we will be summoned to speak with the king.
right. Exactly. So yeah. Okay. Cool. That's kind of what I was expecting.
But if we're being watched, what are the chances he's already seen us conversating with these guys? Have we been made?
We don't know. There's no way for us to know.
Ah,
In the event they say anything, we could always just use the excuse that we're concerned for our peoples. At least 2 people here have a vested interest in the well-being of the human kingdom, and I, for one, would prefer not to see my own home be pulled into this war.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, we should assume that the king is aware that we've been approached by this group, we should assume
Is he aware
that they're
that we're
both
aware that
watching
he's
us.
aware?
Right. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This
oh
is a
my gosh, oh
tough
my
one,
gosh.
dude.
Fine. I don't agree with this.
Oh no. You're going against your good nature? I never thought I'd see the day. I think I joined this campaign at the right time.
I think we should hear the king out.
I say off with his head, but call me the Queen of Hearts.
All right.
You're the Queen of Hearts.
Thank you.
I think we should at least, so that Yorick doesn't freak out about us killing an innocent king.
Of course,
Listen
I
to the
never
man.
said he was innocent.
We'll listen to him.
How do we
once.
know the king wrote that note in there? How do we know this guy isn't framing the king so we go and kill the king? How do we not know that?
Familiar. Do not ride me.
Dismissed.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't, because we didn't ask when he was forced to answer truthfully.
He did say it was from the king. That's all he said.
He said the book was from the
belonged to
king.
the king. We didn't ask
Right.
about the passage in question.
Right.
But I don't doubt the truth of what we've been told at this point. That's not it. Mm.
As wonderful as all this conflict is, I am going to need to go to bed soon. Sorry.
Yep, I was gonna end it once we came to a good stopping point.
Fair point.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great.
Oh man, this is make or break, people. All right, so let's take a vote.
Take a vote. Yeah, I don't. A vote wouldn't help Yorick at this point, because if the vote went against him and he felt strongly enough, he would just leave.
Agreed.
I think we should at least hear this king out.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that. There's a small problem with that, however.
Do we have the book?
And we handed that off.
No, it gave that to Doofty Face right off, and I unloaded that. No, the problem is, I committed us to providing an answer tonight, and if the king does not summon us today, then
What's to say we can't go to him now?
We have to wait for them to finish deliberating.
Yeah, that they would send us away. But the problem is, if I don't put the signal out, then the assumption will be that we're not going to help, and if I do put it out, then it would quite possibly be before we have a chance to talk to the king. So, regrettably, as much as I would like to talk to him first, I kind of committed us to an answer tonight.
All right.
So, fine. I'm probably
Well, we can
sentencing
either
myself to a life of running and ultimately being captured and beheaded, but fine.
What if we go back across town again to talk with them?
We just send the familiar.
We could do that.
So I mean, we can. I'm not sure that that's such a great idea, because I mean, we've already boldly taken a walk there in the broad daylight. Making multiple
Sending the
trips.
familiar though.
Yeah, maybe send the familiar. I don't know. I'm willing to go along with this, but I mean, I think it's a bad idea. It better be the right thing.
What's the consensus?
I vote send the familiar.
All right. So what am I doing?
Send him with what?
Yeah.
With a note.
Two.
That says right. Go to the guy in the sketchy house.
Yeah, to the guy at the sketchy house, basically saying that we want to talk to the king first and hear his side.
Okay. So I will send my familiar to do that.
I wouldn't say that exactly. I
Yeah.
would say we need more time. That we will give you an answer later. So if we tell him we're gonna go talk to the king, he'll just fucking
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Just
Come kill
word,
us.
word it vaguely. We need more time and to deliberate, something like that.
I love this.
Write it, I guess.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
All right.
So tell me exactly what this says.
We require more time to deliberate. We'll have answer when possible. Like just vague enough
That's
that
pretty fucking vague.
well, I'm hoping that they'll understand. I don't know. Do you want us to sign our names? The sketchy tiefling. I was joking. I'm not actually going to sign the names.
We'll have answer when possible. Okay.
We'll
No, that's fine.
ERB.
You guys can write whatever you want. I was just giving you a hard time.
I'm hoping that the leader of a, or not even leader, but I'm hoping that parts of a secret rebellion will understand the point of not being like, well, we're gonna go talk to the king, and by the way, this is Lilia, Eric, York, Flint, and Yen. You can find us in rooms 5, 6, and 7. That came
Is
off
there
as
any
really
reason we
sarcastic.
can't go talk to the king? I might have missed that. Tonight.
We have to wait for him to finish deliberating with or talking with his council.
Well, why don't we just bust in and say, "Hey, what's up, dog?"
Because that is a great way
To get arrested.
to make him super happy with us and say, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys just popped in to my court
Yeah,
and
nothing
interrupted
like
my
nothing like
deliberations."
breaking down the door to the Hall of the Mountain King.
Yeah, just
Well, maybe he'll come before night,
maybe,
or you hang your
Maybe.
sock on the door.
maybe.
Yikes.
Okay, fine, cool. Sounds good.
So you guys are sending this note on Yen's familiar?
Yes, on the cat.
Okay. Yen, are you gonna send it out then?
Yep. Let's go do it.
All right. Kitty takes the note, kind of tuck it in the collar. Off he scampers away.
God, I hope that was
Great.
the right decision.
Yeah.
If it dies, you'll know because it's like, oh shit.
Will I sense it die?
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, I'm sure it's a great decision for us to
Back in your
say
pocket.
one thing and then, almost immediately backtrack on what we said to that guy. It's probably the best decision we could have made.
I mean, we've probably made worse, right?
Yeah.
Many more to come.
Yeah. Okay. So we're about to finish it up. So if there's anything else you guys want to talk about or do before we call it, it's about 11 or 12 o'clock. About noon.
Okay.
You guys are walking. I assume this conversation took place while walking back to the Naughty Duck, or if it
No,
took
we
place.
said
No,
that
we
we
said
got
we
to
were
the
back
place
Yeah,
in a
we
room
were,
closed
we
off.
were in the room.
Yeah.
Like, all
we
together.
waited until we got there to get in the room.
Oh, okay. So this was in the. Okay, oh, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right. You did say that you were in the inn room. You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. All right. So you said it's about noonish or whatever,
Yeah.
and this is the first day after we went and talked to the king. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Cool. I need to blow off steam so badly. So I want to go to the Barrows.
What?
And I want to find the rowdiest bar
Bar fight.
that I can find.
Oh, he's gonna get drunk because he's upset. I like it. Let's do it.
Well, he's gonna get vicious. Okay, you wanna go to a rowdy bar in the Barrows? Okay.
I'm trying to gamble. Let's do it.
Yep, a rowdy bar in the Barrows. One that has way too many people for the time of day.
Yep.
One that stinks of shit and vomit.
Some
Way
degenerates there,
way more than
and
it
maybe
should.
maybe people.
Are you gonna find that in the Barrows though? Because isn't that the nice part of town?
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Cool. I
That's-
couldn't remember.
I'm just gonna wander around until I find something. If there's a place that looks like it has a fighting pit in it, perfect, absolutely perfect. But if there's not, then busted furniture. Oh, look at that! They've got chairs that have been clearly fixed 3 or 4 or 5 times. Right? You get the idea.
You walk around the Barrows for about a half an hour before walking down this alleyway. That daylight doesn't seem to reach, and you find kind of carved into the doorway above this room. You hear lots of loud noises coming from within, and you see where it's just kind of carved and says Dragon Mead Tavern.
Dragon Mead Tavern.
Yep, Dragon Mead being one word.
Cool. I will walk in.
Follow him in.
It's
Oh, good.
pretty much exactly as you described. Half the torches are out because they've had people pushed into them, right? People are drinking and having a good time. It seems right now the celebrations are merry, but they're still rowdy, right? So people are having way too good of a time for being 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No fights have broken out, but there's definitely broken stuff, right? People like dwarves dancing on tables, throwing tankards around. It smells pretty nasty. There's definitely a couple of dudes who have thrown up. There's like gambling going on. There's I wouldn't say a fighting pit, but there's very clearly been a corner that's been designated as the get fucked up spot.
Cool. Cool. So I will go to the bar and I will order the namesake drink. I'm assuming there is a dragon mead.
There is indeed.
Dragon miss.
And
Yeah.
I will order that. It seems like the kind,
Dragon's Breath beer is going to be their drink.
cool. I will order that. I will order a nice big one.
Cool. Okay. You order a Dragon's Breath beer, and as it's served to you, not only is it kind of frothy on the top, but it's kind of like steamy, like if you can imagine dry ice, except there's no ice in it, right? It's a beer, but it's steaming like dry ice.
It's not on fire.
Cool. Great. So uh, I'm so I want to look around and I want to find somebody who just looks like he's been in, just rode hard and, put away wet. Some just you know,
Cool. So as you're looking around,
It's
get
the
your
cuffs.
drink. You're looking around for presumably somebody who you want to fight. And drinking, cheering with people is this dwarf who's slightly taller, slightly whiter than all the other dwarves. He's got like tattoos on his back, totally bald head, thick, long gray beard. And he's as muscular as he is fat. He has been putting down tankards one after another, screaming, yelling. Yeah! Every time he finishes one, he throws it down on the ground.
Another.
Yeah, this guy, he's pretty rough. His nose is like crooked, right?
perfect. So, I'm going to turn back around to the bar. I'm going to pull out say 15 gold. I'm going to place it on the bar. And I'm going to apologize to the barkeep as
So-
wait,
sorry,
and,
what?
and then actually I'm going to take my morning star and my shield and I'm going to place it up there, put another 2 gold up there and say, if you just keep an eye on these, and I'm going to walk over to that guy.
Perfect. He's not paying much attention to you at first. He's
Oh God,
too busy having his own
this
time.
is gonna be
He's
great.
actually he's standing over some of these gamblers and he's drinking, right? And it seems like he's making some money on these gamblers. He's like, yeah.
Awesome. Then I'm going to walk up to him and say, excuse me, friend, nothing personal. And I'm going to punch him. Just
Great.
not even,
I'm gonna-
just steam must go.
Good.
Um,
Then, I like that. And on
This
that
is the
note, we're going
King's
to call
Cup.
it a night.
Oh
Alright.
God.
Awesome.
Oh
Awesome.
God.
Tension. I love it.
Oh, I love how I know exactly how I'm starting next week. This is gonna be great.
Party at a bar.
Cool. Alrighty, guys. I loved this session.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I was living for that conflict. I could feel the tension, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
got to
liked it
do
a lot.
something about the tension. That's all there is
Uh,
to it.
Linnea 100% walked away from that conversation feeling like Yorick basically just kind of believes that humans are better than anyone else. And she's just like, don't like that.
Yes, I wasn't even close to what he was saying. But okay, cool. All right.
Oh man,
All
cool.
right, guys. I will.
we'll,
I'll catch you next week.
Yeah,
Cool.
well, we're
Alright,
probably gonna
yeah.
play Cyberpunk next week. I believe is gonna be the plan.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully the week after that.
All right,
Alrighty.
guys.
Cool.
All right.
Later, guys.
Catch you
Later.
later.
Sick.
Thanks, guys.
Already.
That was
All right.
fun.
Have a nice night, guys.